look out for each other. Let us know if you need help out there, if you're hurting. Thank you to all of our wonderful new followers and subscribers and all the people that gifted last week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're so excited to be here for another episode as we play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
psyched. I'm
And
so psyched.
I'm Judd,
Let's
your
roll some
dungeon
dice. I'm
master.
psyched.
Listen, all right.
Oh, yeah. Macho Man.
Damn, everybody came to play tonight. All right.
Whoa.
Well, I'm not going to take too long. I'm going to do very quick announcements. The big contest has launched. Look for that on our social medias. It's through like a third-party thing, so I was waiting to actually see it on the feed, and I haven't yet, but it should be there any minute. Just so you know, it's a $100 gift certificate to Dwarven Forge, which, I mean, the best
Wow.
terrain, amazing. $100 to D&D Beyond to get those core books that you need. And then finally, $100 toward a set of dice at Level Up Dice. So this is a huge giveaway as our way of saying thank you to all you amazing people that are backing us and supporting us. And look for that on our socials. You'll see you get points for entries for following us on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and all that. Follow the rules, get a lot of entries, tell your friends, and good luck. And I think that's actually it for the announcements tonight. Anybody have anything else?
No,
I mean,
sir.
can't go anywhere or do anything.
No,
So.
that's true. So yeah, we were saying before the show how much we actually just really just want to hang out and we miss each other. And I'm sure you're all feeling the same and missing your friends and being able to just hang out. It was such something we all took for granted until we couldn't do it. But without further ado, we're going to go in and play our intro. Now, I know the audio has been rough playing it through Zoom, so we're just going to play a recording that Chad did for us quite a while ago. I love the song. So here you go, enjoy, and we'll be right back.
Let me tell you a story about a time that me and my friends found a new world. It started on a ship brought together by a storm. We traveled through the rift to a new world beyond. We were thrown into shackles, we were hunted down by thieves, but we'll never let it stop us from sailing up Niagara Lee. For we are thee.
Oh, well, I wish we could have heard that, but I hope you enjoyed it. I love that song. Chad, amazing.
Thanks, man.
Jumping right in.
My pleasure.
Let's do it.
Last time in Anacroli, we found the party, having now teamed up with Dagmara, searching out a secret hidden city in the Dolgora Mountains. And after some scouting, they finally found an illusion covering a bit of rock, and making your way through thanks to Anazora and her magic little golden tree. They penetrated this field and found a hidden area, and off in the distance, a city up on the hill. And quickly advancing, you found just how dangerous this area was as a frost giant jumped from a cave above, splatting a person who was trying to run away from you. And a massive fight ensued. Quite dangerous. Dagmara almost dropped, but you came out in the end defeating this thanks to some kind of force field that was keeping it almost temporarily back, giving you guys a bit of cover. And then you made your way up the mountainside. You found a statue with that same emblem that you have on the necklaces that you're finding by these people that seem to be in this area, and putting it in the statue back into the mountain, and you saw stone passage leading off. And that's where we left you last time. So,
All right.
As the night is starting to fall, it's getting quite dark behind you, and the wind is whipping. It's cold, and you see maybe the faint flicker of blue light coming from this tunnel. What would you guys like to do?
All right. Well, first off, Dagmara, you have that egg. Let's just remind everybody that this frost giant seems to be the first layer of defense, and what a hell of a defense it is. So let's be very sharp out there. And if this frost giant had this egg, did he steal the egg? Did he have the egg given to him to be allowed through a certain area? Is the mother there? I think we should be on our tip top.
I was more concerned about why there was somehow a force field that was protecting us from like actually being in a real combat.
Yeah, there's that too.
Well, I think maybe it was a trap engineered by the, those responsible for setting all this into motion in the first place. It stands to reason it could have been connected to the necromancer, given the matching symbols on his amulet.
Jed, do I know anything about force fields of such kind?
You remember that when you came up to this area, the moment that you had lost your memory, Tevin had disappeared through some slight shimmering haze that you saw, and you tried to enter to go after him as he disappeared, and that's the last thing you remembered. You woke up back in Luknor.
So in that moment, I just say, oh my God, this was the type of field that Tevin disappeared through, and it threw me right back into Luknor. Is it possible that it was the same one that I don't understand? This is it. This is it. This must be. This was the place. This is where he disappeared.
Great.
Dagmara, you mustn't get your hopes up. You mustn't get your hopes up, Dagmara. The chances of him being alive are almost nothing. I hope you understand that. I know that. I know it's difficult, but I don't want you getting your hopes up. It's always better to be pleasantly surprised, but...
All right. Well, that is one way to approach life.
So basically, Dagmara, you have nothing to fight for. You have nothing to fight for. In fact,
it's time for me to go home.
Just jump off the bridge.
Well,
I agree.
Let's hope that you're wrong, Ariset, and let's go and see if we can find him or any trace of what's become. I reckon we should very carefully, as indicated by Seville's astute observations, we should very carefully proceed toward this area with the... You said there was dim lighting, right, Judd?
You see a flickering blue light, very dim, coming from the tunnel.
Yeah, and I just sort of point over in that direction.
Can you remind me when we put the coin or thingy in the statue,
The necklace,
what happened?
So there was a statue of almost looked like a monk with its head down.
There's like a figure. Okay.
Yeah, and in where the mouth should be was the indentation of the symbol that you got from the necklace, and you put it in, and the statue receded into the mountain until it went far enough back, and you saw an opening of a tunnel.
Okay, got it.
And it's not a cave. It's paved with stone walls.
An intentional tunnel.
Intentional tunnel.
Got it.
I'll tell you one thing, they've gone through an awful lot of trouble to secure this, which means we must be getting close to something good.
Yeah, pretty nice mason work down there. Take a look.
Something good or something evil, more like.
Evil.
Well, I meant something productive. We've been journeying, and so far, seeing nothing but petty gangsters. I'd really like to get to the source of whatever's been compelling me towards this vortex.
I agree with Ariset. I do understand what you say, and as hard as it is for me to face that truth, I do know that he may not be alive, and I don't say this lightly, but I do think that this is a dangerous ground. So I know what you mean. And I think we do need to tread very carefully from here on out.
You
And
know,
as they're saying that, I would like to just kind of quietly, sleuthily take steps forward, checking for traps, trying to go into the tunnel.
Okay. Roll a stealth and also roll an investigation check. So roll both of those and let me know what you get.
Hey, Otto, that coin you have there, that
and you're-
dispels magic?
Sorry, your stealth
Yes.
is at advantage too.
Okay.
yes, it is.
Ooh, 19, honey.
Yes, I have it here, and I sort of flick it up in the air and catch it. And I'm sort of twirling my mustache, thinking, and I'm like, but you, Seville, may have something that could prove even more useful. In fact, it already has a time or two. If more danger awaits us further in, perhaps you leave us a beacon back here, should we need to make a very quick getaway.
What are you talking about, the skull?
Yes.
All right, that might be possible. Can I find somewhere to stash it? That's
Ye-
close, Judd.
Yeah, so
It's somewhere hidden, somewhere I can put it
inside the tunnel or outside?
outside.
Outside. So outside is a snowy tundra pushing up against this massive cliff face. So there are crags in the rock. The snow is probably 1.5 to 2 feet in places. So
No,
you
I
could
mean that bridge that turned right. Is there anywhere near where we killed the frost giant? The frost giant's still inside, right? Or no?
No, this is all outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you haven't been inside yet. So down when you came in through an opening where there were the columns, that's still all open air. And past the columns, the hill slightly rose up to kind of the plateau area where you guys are at right now.
All right. Well, I'm gonna find somewhere to stash this skull, and it's wrapped up in sort of a blanket.
Mm-hmm.
I want to stash it outside somewhere.
Okay. I'd say probably the most obvious would be some of the, the
Crags.
snowbanks
Yeah.
or near the crags. Yeah, just find a place and
Like under cover of a jutting out rock or something.
yeah,
Yeah,
kind of
something
bury it
easy
a little bit.
something easy to market.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
And as you're doing that, Tabitha, what did you get on investigation?
I got 26 on stealth, and I got 9 for investigation.
Nicely done. Okay.
Nice.
So you, as they're talking, you just silently, literally not making any sound at all, just slip kind of into that darkness. You go about 6 feet and you look around the corner and you see a hallway that goes off about another 20 feet and bends to the left. And you're checking all over, looking for traps, looking for anything. So far, nothing in this first section of hallway. Do you want to go past that left turn, poke around the corner?
Yeah, I kind of like turn back to the group and give them a little like wink and a whistle and kind of like nod that I'm going forward so that they know, and then I would like to proceed forward.
Yeah, and I'll kind of once I see Seville's done his business with the skull, I'll follow behind and sort of motion
Okay.
everyone else.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
Seville, it only takes a moment really to bury it in the snow, mark it with some rocks, and make it look very hidden.
Okay.
And so, all right, so
And
you're all going in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you all start creeping in, and Tabitha, since you're in the front, you make it up to that corner and you just peer around the wall to see what's there. And you see it goes about another 6-8 feet, and then it opens up into a larger chamber. And you see stronger blue flickering light. It looks like there might be some kind of braziers or something right around the corner on the entrance into this room. There's no door. It's just like an archway open.
Okay.
And the room looks like it goes back about 40 feet deep. You can see a bit of the ceiling. It's all finished off. And what it looks like painting of figures and other things on the walls. You can't quite tell from this distance.
Okay, do I detect any traps?
You haven't found anything.
Okay.
Still looking
I would
around.
like to go. I'm interested in the pictures, so I want to go and check them out.
Okay. So as
And
you,
of course, I have my torch lit, just in case that wasn't clear.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, the blue flickering light here is giving off enough light to light up this whole chamber. But you can have your torch, no problem. And as you move forward, you do see, as you come into view, there are two large braziers, but unlike
What
the
is
usual,
a brazier, guys?
that's that metal thing with the fire.
It's like a big metal pot that's like.
Is it a fancy word for torch?
No,
Like-
because they're bigger.
No.
Tiki
They're bigger.
torch?
Huge.
Tiki
big-
torch on
giant-
steroids?
It's
like
more
a
like a
cauldron with
Like
flame
a giant
on it?
plate. Yeah, like a
Yes.
giant plate for
Okay.
a fire. Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Like big Roman braziers.
Yeah, and they're usually off the ground, like a couple feet,
Yep.
and provide heat and light. These, however, are sitting on the floor. They look like they're crafted out of some kind of stone, and this looks like a magical blue flame is lit and coming out. And in the fire is a sculpture of a human, one on each side, and they're like twisting in this kind of frozen pain. And your eyes flick from that to the mural. And at first you look and you see all these beautiful colors. They're all tinted a little blue from the light. But it's those kind of murals you'd see in a museum where at first it looks like people frolicking and happy in a field. But then you look closely and you realize people are all running from these same robed people. And they're capturing them and they're torturing. And there's just depictions of just necromantic fun here. It's really gross. And the room goes down to a taper at the far side, and standing, it's a painting still, is a lone, large, hooded figure. And he has two hands out. And in his right hand, he's holding a decapitated head. And blood looks like it is dripping and flowing across, this is my right hand, dripping and flowing across his body. Instead of going down onto the ground, it's flowing into a book that he's holding in his left hand.
Got it. And that's in the painting.
That's in the painting.
Okay, I just turn around immediately and I say, Anazora, might as well skip it. Not for you, not a good one.
Eyes down.
I'll bump into a wall with my hands covered. I'm not about to see this.
Not for you.
Can I try to find? Did you mention, Judd, the source of the light? Is it apparent?
Yeah, the light are the two braziers. They're like magical.
Is the light though? Like, is it just? Does it look conjured like magical fire?
It does. Yeah,
Okay.
it does. It does because it's blue and it's actually not giving off any heat. So it's quite cold in this room.
You see Otto just sort of wave his hand through the flame, sort of nodding and like kind of stroking at his chin, trying to take all of this in. What do you make of this?
I have this feeling that I want to walk up to it and kind of unravel my scales a little bit and put the scales over the fire and see if that does anything.
And you see the whipping flames kind of wrap around these tendrils around your arm. And it almost feels cool. It's not freezing, but there's definitely no heat and it doesn't seem to affect your arm.
Okay, so it doesn't affect dragon blood of any kind.
Apparently not.
Okay.
I want to try to discern. And sorry, is there a way forward past
Sorry, I was
this
just
big
about to
painting?
say, you don't see any doors in this room, just this painting. And everything
like a
seems
dead
to
end.
kind of culminate into this painting of this hooded figure.
I'm going to go around the room and start touching kind of stuff on the bottom near my height to see if there's any, like, it's all stone, I imagine, right?
Yeah, it appears to be. Yeah.
Areas that are like buttons or something tricky.
Roll an investigation check for me.
Well,
And
she's
I'm going to
getting
go
that-
up to the. I'm sorry, Otto. Go ahead.
No, go. You go, and then I'll. say what
I
was
just
gonna
wanted to walk up to that painting.
Yeah. Of what? Of the figure?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just want to study it, see if it's any illusory effects, to see if there's any symbols or arcane writings, anything upon the painting that maybe can be said or touched or standing out, etc.
Roll an investigation check too.
And I just sort of tap my chin and I'm like, blood sacrifice. Remember, to gain access through the portal, it required blood. And it seems here, I sort of gesture to the painting. Perhaps even more blood needs to be spilled.
So at this moment, I'm going to pull an Indiana Jones move and unravel that egg and put it on the fire. see what happens.
And a giant remora. No, so you take the egg and you put it into this fire, and the same kind of thing happens where the flames seem to almost caress it and wrap around in this wispy, flickering light, but nothing seems to happen.
You know, and I sort of look over and I'm like,
Right.
it's a simple sorcery, you know, an ever-burning torch, darling.
And I run up, I look at the wall and I just run my hands
22,
along
Judd.
the wall. And I just say, what sickness lies here?
Okay.
What sickness?
And Tabitha, you asked first, what did you get on your investigation?
I got an 18.
18, okay. So you see the party spreads out a little bit, and Tabitha, you start checking the wall at your height, looking for kind of any buttons or anything. You're seeing this painting up close, and it is really disturbing. I mean, there are all kinds of manners of really gross things.
And I'm
that you could hear.
humming something like upbeat because it's kind of me. And I'm just trying to keep it light.
I love it. But you haven't found anything as you're working on the walls. But Peter, Seville walks straight to that hooded figure, and you're looking at it, and you see that blood dripping from the head in his hands, and it looks like it's going, and the blood is literally creating characters in the book. The blood is writing this knowledge in the book. And while they didn't seem to paint actually any symbols or language that you can detect, you do see, as you're inspecting it, you see that same symbol on his belt. Not hanging from a necklace this time, but he has this belt holding the robes together, and it seems to be kind of like a dull gray metal. And dangling from it, from this little chain, is that symbol. And just to remind you, or I'm actually not sure I ever told you, but the symbol, it's kind of like a fleur-de-lis. It's a circle with a straight line coming down, and then kind of like these, almost look like petals peeling off.
Mm-hmm.
That's the symbol.
So straight line coming through, and then this, or is it coming
Yeah,
up,
so
flowering?
circle,
Yep.
line that goes down, and then on either side of the lines is this kind
Yeah.
of like flowered petal
Yeah.
Got it.
effect.
Judd, I wonder, as I'm sort of looking around and we're pointing out these things, I have a book in my possession that I know is of Fornuge,
Mm-hmm.
which is also in a language difficult to understand.
Correct.
Does the book that I have look comparable to the book that he's holding in the painting?
The book definitely looks similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you fit a necrolis into that?
The necrolis.
A necrolis.
You look and there's no indentation here, but it looks like it's the same size.
All right. All right. I'm gonna just look back and say we got a possible another key here to unlock something. If we want to bring this necklace, this necrolis, and match the symbol to it.
Why are you saying
the same.
necrolis? What's necrolis?
Well, you know,
A
necromantic
necromancer necklace.
Is that what it? Yeah.
Necromancer, yeah,
A
it's a
necrolis.
necklace.
A necrolis.
And as you guys are talking, you hear in the background from the direction you came just this.
Of course.
Oh, so I think we're locked in at this point.
We just got trapped in.
Right.
Well,
Is this-
it wasn't the first time, and it probably won't be the last.
Oh god,
Is
are
this-
the walls gonna start coming
Sounds
in
promising.
and squeezing us just
Oh,
like
I
in
know,
Star
I know.
Wars? And are we
Don't-
gonna like start to like in a garbage
That's a great
disposal?
idea. No, just kidding.
Didn't think of that. There's something alive in here.
Yes.
Is there a way to look behind the tapestry? Is this a tapestry?
No,
or
it's a
painted
painting.
To the
And
wall?
also,
a painting.
I'm not in the
okay.
chat, but I know everyone in the comments section is going to be being like, "That was an Indiana Jones, not Star Wars." We know. No, it's
We know.
What are you
okay.
talking about?
We're-
It's
we're on
Star
it.
Wars. When they're
Oh, the trash compactor? You're talking about the trash
yes,
compactor.
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought believe me,
I
I know
got
Indiana
you.
Jones.
Actually,
with Star Wars.
It's my proudest moment right now.
Yeah, that was.
Right.
I thought you were talking about the. Yeah, you're so right.
I got you, wild sauce. I got you.
All right, so I just keep running my fingers along the mural, and I'm doing an investigation check as well. Am I finding
Go for
anything?
it.
Should I roll?
Yeah, roll.
Bum, bum, bum.
I got a 13.
Yeah, same kind of thing where, you see, I don't know if you're on the same wall as Tabitha or the opposite wall, but you're both searching around. You're not finding anything. Seville's the only one who seems to have found anything.
So let's bring one of these symbols up and see if it does anything when we put it in front of it. See if it opens something up.
A volunteer. Perfect.
So I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no other etchings or markings on the ceiling or the floor. It's
Nope,
just
the
stone.
just stone.
Okay. I'm going to take the necklace, match the symbol, and just, like kind of bringing magnets together. I'm just slowly waiting to see if any magic catches.
And you all brace as you see Seville take it out, and he gets closer. And the moment it touches the wall, boom, the wall just vanishes right there, creating a doorway. And you see a hallway that stretches off about, you're not quite sure how far. It curves off to the right.
And when the door vanishes, I turn to Tabby and I'm like, ah!
I know. I was gonna wait, just be like freeze and collapse.
and then I just like laugh and like rub a hand on her shoulder and I'm like.
And after all that, then I go over to Enazora and I say, you can open your eyes, but don't look around. I'm gonna go see this door.
She's been like this for the past 15 minutes. We literally went a man
and I'm
down.
like guiding her through the door.
We went a party member down on being able to look around just for that.
But it wasn't for her, you guys.
I know, it would have been too scarring. The Feywild doesn't have stuff like that, really. I mean, that just would have been.
No, it's true.
How lovely.
So what am I seeing there?
You're seeing.
I'm gonna wave Tabitha up.
You're seeing a hallway. It's about 5 feet across, and it looks like it goes down maybe 30, 40 feet. You're not quite sure as it slowly curves around to the right. There are 3 dead torches on the wall on the left side, and that's it. It's just simple stone. You don't see any paintings.
Okay, I would like to proceed forward cautiously, and as if it's okay with Enazora, I'm like holding her back and kind of help guiding her through.
Like if I were to make a painting, I would not make it of people and blood and bad things. If I were to make a painting, it'd probably be about a tree or some flowers or.
Yeah, I don't know. Nice. Maybe something behind me.
I agree, Enazora.
So yeah,
I'm being really careful as I step forward. And is there any way that we can light those torches that are on the wall that have gone out?
Yeah. You step into the hall. What are the rest of you doing?
Who's the order? So I'm going with Tabby. I'll let her go ahead.
And I'm with Enazora.
Yeah. And so I'm right there, and I'm just
the 3 of us
talking about this hypothetical painting that I would make with like
so maybe the 3 of them are like a front rank, and then the rest of us are a little bit behind them or something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to still hear about the hypothetical painting as Tabby searches on.
Tell me, darling.
So,
what kind of colors?
As you guys,
as we keep walking.
So as you're talking, the 3 of you advance and
checking, of course, for traps and
go ahead and roll if you want. Same for you, Tabitha. Erisette, Otto, and Dagmara, you're watching them advance in this hall, and the moment the 3rd person from that group passes and there's a bit of a distance, the wall resets, and you just see that same painting.
Wow.
Wait,
and it's almost silent.
Lucky we have
in front of you, Erisette.
Yeah, so I'll immediately try to use the necklace.
So we didn't get in? We didn't get in?
Mm-mm.
3 people waited.
I'm gonna try to get I'm gonna try to use the other necklace.
Okay.
Marshall, Will, and Holly.
You take it out and you go down,
expedition.
and the door opens again.
All right, quickly.
Quickly, I'm gonna scoot right in.
All right. So
was that an investigation, Jed, that I rolled?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a 23.
Okay, great.
I got a 22.
Baller.
Wow, both of you. So you're both scanning the walls, and you catch sight of the wall just instantly appearing behind you. It's just stone, nothing painted, no doorway. But a moment later, it vanishes, and you see Otto holding the second necklace, and the three of them advance. And the moment they pass over the threshold, back to solid wall. So you're looking around, you're not finding any traps. It's just those three torches. You're checking the walls, you're checking the floor. Everything seems fine. Just looks like a hallway. It just kind of goes off, curving to the right.
Shall we proceed?
Yeah, keep alive.
Scooby-Doo
everyone.
like. Yeah.
Be careful with those torches. I don't know. I worry. What if there's a code? What if we're only supposed to touch one of the torches?
Can you take them out?
So
We
they're
have
on
our
sconces, right?
They
They're on
are.
wall they're on sconces.
Just iron holders in the wall.
Okay.
And they have that kind of crispy look, like they, once were aflame. Now
I'm gonna
cold.
look at Tabitha and see if I don't know, like the do you remember, Tabby, the Schmentrell's house there, those three torches? I don't know if there's
Yeah.
any connection, but it looks like a similar configuration.
Yeah, I mean, those pretty much just look like normal torches. And then like I just kind of try to light it and see what happens. Let's find out, guys.
Yeah, you go to the first one and you put your torch to it, and it just flames leap over and ignite, and you just see this flickering normal orange light on the torch.
Seems helpful.
All right, there we go. Around the corner, do we see where this is leading?
You have to no, because
so
it curves.
Okay, we haven't gotten to the curve yet. We're just lighting the hallway up.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, because
I
it's
think-
about 40 feet before
gotcha.
the
If
before
you
it
guys are
vanishes.
cool with it, I mean, we can just proceed further
Proceed.
in the same structure we're in.
Yeah.
I want
I
to
just
check
want to keep
around.
going, and I'm lighting
Yeah.
the torches as I go, so that
Okay.
the
Are you
hallways
carrying them with you? So you're just. but
I
you're not
have
taking it
my
with you.
own torch, but I'm using
Yeah.
the fire to like light those other ones.
Okay.
So Tabitha
And
kind of jumps to get the second one in the first one, but I forgot about the height. But you jump and it ignites, and you start to see the light is flickering off the stone. You're getting a little bit more. It's easier to see here. And Seville, you're walking off, and you're just seeing it. Just seems like it keeps continuing on, just around that corner. But the moment Tabby jumps and her flame hits the third torch, it's as if the hallway snaps straight, and it's no longer curving to the right, and the door behind you is gone, and there's a door ahead of you that wasn't there a moment ago.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like this.
This is like Schmetrell's house. Does
Come
it
on,
look
let's
like
go.
a portal?
No,
Or
just a door.
Just a regular door. Okay.
It's just a door.
All right. I'm gonna.
Check the keyhole, Seville. Check the keyhole. There've been traps everywhere.
Yeah. So just checking the ground, coming up, waiting for Tabby to come and kind of assist me as we.
And I'm just talking to Anazora
scrutinize the
about like
door.
what kind of flowers are going to be on her picture, like what kind of floral situation we're happening.
And like I overhear her like saying some of the details, and like even though we're kind of skulking ahead and like being quiet, I'm like, oh, that sounds quite nice. That sounds really nice.
I've never seen this color before, and it doesn't really exist, right?
I love new colors. I've never even thought of one.
Well, there's
Oh,
no,
yeah, I
there's,
try every day.
there's really no such thing as a new color. But
And
Well, we can only hope.
what's your favorite color of all the 4 colors that you can be?
Rainbow. Oh, well, I can't be rainbow, but it's my favorite.
Oh well, good choice. But yes, of the ones that you can be, which one do you like the best?
Probably orange. Orange most of the time, so it's comfy.
Yeah, comfy.
All right. And Seville, I'm sorry. What did you roll? Investigation? Are you looking at the door?
Yeah, I'm looking at to see if it swings or
Yeah, it just looks like a simple wooden
there's
door.
marks on the floor or anything.
It looks
Okay.
fairly heavy wood. You don't see a keyhole. You just see a pull ring over on the left-hand side and black iron hinges on the right.
All right.
I
so
want to do a
in-
quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to do a quick look at the hinges, and see if I see anything. Like, do they have scuff marks, or
Sure.
do they look rusty? Do they look used?
Do an investigation check.
I got a 9.
They look like hinges. I mean, there's a little bit of use. They're not the best finely crafted hinges, just like black wrought iron, some dust. Yeah.
So they look safe. Maybe just open the door, I guess.
All right. I'm gonna just lightly touch the handle quick.
Yeah, it's fine. It's cold.
All right. All right.
Having second thoughts, or
I guess
oh,
we.
come on,
yeah.
just pull it.
All right. Just let me do a quick check on the creases. To make sure
Jesus
there isn't
Christ.
something-
We're like
Open the
PTSD. We've gone through so many booby trap rooms.
Yeah, shit,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
23
I mean,
episodes.
this is sad, Judd. See what you've done.
I know. I
What
know.
you've created. You feel good about
Hey,
yourself
I
now,
can't
I
see
bud?
shit
do. I
anyways.
feel pretty good.
Yeah. See what you've done to everybody.
All right. Well, I can't see shit anyways. I'll pull it open. Let's go.
You just
Crank.
it pulls open, and
I'm talking because I'm so scared. I'm like,
you all brace it, and this just it looks like another empty passage goes across about maybe 10 feet, and you see the bottom of some stairs, some rough stone stairs.
that was easy.
And I quietly tell everyone, I'm like, okay, let's all stay together. Remember what happened when we separated last time? Let's go.
But before you know it, Dagmara is going right down the stairs because she just.
Sorry, they
can't
go
wait
up.
To find they go up the
There you go.
stairs
That
because she
girl.
just.
All right, behind Tevin.
That girl. And I muttered to Seville,
I'm
I'm like,
going up.
I'm telling you, that girl has not a chance of finding that boy, Ted. And it's the saddest thing, don't you think?
I'm just like, what is wrong with you? And I go after her.
All right.
Okay, so you're all just exiting to go look at
Yeah.
the stairs.
Mhm.
So
We'll follow
as,
them up.
you all look, and this is the staircase of staircases. These look like they just go on and on, not endlessly. You can see there's something at the top, but it's quite a climb. And the moment the last person exits the hall, you see this wind sweeps over you, and you see the torches and blow out, and the door slams shut behind you.
All right.
Mm.
I
Wow.
was going to close it anyway.
I just look around and
And
say,
I-
I hope you're ready for a workout.
All right. I'm
Mm.
gonna look for the switch for the escalator.
I am excited. I love climbing. I have really like those compact, short muscles. So I start and I'm like calling behind me, Inazora, it's a game. And I'm trying to like hop over one and then take two quickly and then like make it a pattern. So it's like fun to go.
10 minutes later, you're like, no.
I follow the same pattern as her.
So yeah, you all just start making your way up these stairs, and they just go on, and you can feel just getting tired. But finally, you see up ahead. There's no door at the top. It's just a stone archway, and you're not even sure the distance, but it's pretty considerable as you're climbing up, and you make it to the top, and go on the right page. Here we go. It dead ends to a wall there, about 6 feet from the top step, and a passage goes off down to the right. And there are no torches lit here, so Tabitha and Otto, the two of you are having trouble. I mean, you just have
I have
luckily
my own
your
torch.
torch. Yeah, you have your torch, so you have that light that's casting that kind of bubble illumination, but you can't see too far off into the distance.
All right. One of you who has night vision, tell me what's ahead.
All right.
Seville. And I
Yeah,
grab Seville's
I
hand.
am
And I say,
indeed a half
come with
elf.
me.
All right. So Erised and I will go up and see what we can see.
Dagmara,
Okay.
you go ahead too.
Dagmara,
Yes,
you come
indeed.
too.
I was
And I
going to say,
take her
since
arm
I have
behind.
my little half elf,
Oh yeah, you're fine. Yeah.
vision.
Yeah,
Is
no,
there
you're dark.
anything I can see that
Roll a perception check for me.
they can? Okay.
Can Inazora see at night too?
Yep.
I'm
she's
gonna
a-
stick
she's an
close
elf.
by Tabitha since she's holding a torch and try to, so that I can see.
Okay.
Perception is 22.
Ooh, 22. All right. So
Very good. Very good.
you step into this hall, and it looks like it goes down about 20 to 25 feet, and then it bends around to the left. And as you're looking, you just see the faintest something on the wall. It's small, but it has like the softest glow. You almost missed it. And your eyes come back and look at it. It looks like, at this distance, you're not quite sure, but there's something in the wall there that your eye catches.
Okay, I would like to go towards it
Okay.
and try to get a glimpse of that again, if I can.
Okay. So you cautiously make your way down this hall with your eyes fixated on that one point, and it's just around the left turn of this hallway. And as you get closer, you can see there's another set of stairs going up, but your eyes are still stuck on that thing, and you can tell it's a little rune. It's only about an inch and a half in size, just carved into the stone, and it's glowing so faintly that you definitely would have missed it if you had not really, taken the time to look around.
Do I recognize? Can I roll a perception check and see if I recognize?
Roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Do we know this by now? that
Magic.
We're coming up with her.
Well,
or
you
is
just
she
see her. She just walks
by
off.
herself. Okay. She's
Yeah.
by
I
herself.
imagine
22.
we're all following close behind.
Inazora, what do you see? Did you like our game?
Oh, the game was quite fun. I think I won.
So yeah,
Did.
you think you do know what this is? It's a rune of discovery, and essentially, it just it activates when somebody passes by and will trigger a remote rune as well to also light up.
Close by.
Could be close by. You don't know.
Remote. Yes.
What do you see in Dagmara?
This is a rune. It's a rune of what presence?
Discovery.
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 It's a rune of discovery.
So
Excuse
it's
me.
it's like a
It's a
tripwire
ru-
then.
It is a rune of discovery. It's either because we just arrived or someone has been here
Does
shortly
it-
before.
Does it look? Has it been tripped? Does it look activated?
It's very faint. It's as if
You-
it's just now going out.
No, you feel like it hasn't been tripped yet. Like
Has not been tripped
It's
yet.
active, but it's not, pinging.
How high off
just-
the ground is it?
It's about
it's-
4 feet.
It's just about here, just
yeah.
about my neck.
Okay, so
Good
Since-
sign, Dagmara.
yes,
Thank you.
it appears that you do know some sorceries after all.
I just glare again.
and I start looking around for any like footprints or any like if maybe somebody did come in before us. Is there any sign that we weren't the first ones to come this way?
Yeah, roll an
Ooh.
investigation check.
Perhaps we can get Erisette on that as well, as she's a ranger and can kind of track people well.
And I just turn to
I'm
Otto and I say,
Oh,
Bob,
have
maybe
you
can.
no faith in me?
I turn
Erisette,
to-
can you help him, please?
Wow.
I was going to say that we should go below this. All of us should be
Yeah.
prone. All of us should get on your stomachs now, and we should crawl below it so it can't capture our images. In
Okay,
case
so
that's what's
I'm getting
coming.
down. I'm
Trying to
doing
get
an
over it.
army crawl.
Yeah,
Okay.
and me
Okay.
too.
And Otto, what did you get before they mess up any imprints on the floor?
Yeah. You guys really like to get in the middle of my. What was I rolling?
no.
Investigation. You were looking
Okay,
for
I got
footprints.
18.
18. You do see that there are definitely signs that there's, you don't know if it's frequent, but there's definitely, you see some boot prints in the dust.
Ah.
Closer to the edge of the stairs, the dust has built up a little bit more. So the fact that it's worn away a little bit in the middle shows that there's enough kind of movement on these stairs to keep it slightly dusted.
Someone's been around here, and I just sort of point wag a finger down at the floor at the footprints.
Hmm.
And sorry, why are we all getting on our bellies?
Well, in case it's looking and it sees us as we cross, then it's best to go beneath it. And
And
so
I'm
I just
like-
get
I'm like-
to the
I'm-
other side of it, and then I look back, and I stand back up.
Right.
Okay,
you-
well, that was fun.
Did you do that? I'm sorry, Arisa, did you actually do it, or are you just telling me you did it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I did it.
Okay, so as you see her drop down, and she's kind of making her way up the stairs and trying to stay under it, you do see it just glows just a little bit brighter. And then goes back.
I'm just going to try to just crack the ruin off the wall.
Okay. Roll an attack.
I'm not going to stab it. I'm just going to literally take my
No, I just want
dagger
to see if you can,
and
like, kind of
scratch the eggs.
how effective you'll be
Okay.
at displacing the rune.
I think that doing the army crawl thing is fun, so I'm just doing that.
You go by
No,
two.
it was fun. I really wanted it to work.
You can
Not
tell,
a
like,
natural, but 20.
Oh yeah.
oh, nice.
So Tabitha drops down. She starts doing it, and Seville just comes up and just chips a chunk of the stone out, and you see it just like little bit of like the soft pink or purple smoke goes and just drifts as the piece of the rune falls down to the ground.
And I kind of let out a chuckle, seeing as he, like, it seems by my estimation clearly dismantled it, and they're still like crawling on their bellies, and I just like shake my head over at Seville.
Yeah, I look at Otto and I just kind of go, shh, and just let him.
This whole time I've just been observing this circus as it's
Yeah.
happening.
I'm just like, get
Trying to
low,
Little
Yeah.
halflings climbing up the stairs. all
stay low,
excited,
stay
and then
low now.
Jumps up to her feet.
Yeah.
Did it.
Amazing job. That was some stealthy stuff.
Okay, bugger off. And I'm like wiping myself off, trying to make
And I just
sure
smile at Tabitha because she's so cute. I'm
all
like,
my
was
cute clothes
cute.
are clean.
And these stairs look like they don't go nearly the distance of the first staircase, but they go a considerable distance up. And that's basically all you can see from this vantage point.
Oh, let's continue on, shall we?
Great news, guys. We've got more stairs.
More stairs. So you make
Let's
your
go.
way up.
Everybody
to-
get their counting.
You know, they're not so bad if you didn't create needlessly exerting games for yourself to get up the first
Okay,
one.
Otto. Well, some of us like to play games because they're fun.
is it extra dark in this, up this staircase?
Yeah, all this area, since you left the torches behind, there's no source of light. It's very dark. You
Okay.
can still see because you have dark vision. And also because Tabitha's torch is for you giving even extra light. So you can see
Okay.
no
Extra
problem.
light.
Extra
Yeah,
light.
Tabitha.
All right, so you make your way to the top of this staircase, and it once again bends to the left, another hallway.
Another one.
This one goes about 40 feet, it looks like.
Is
And
there
then-
anything on the wall?
No, these are just bare walls, bare floor, bare ceiling. And then it curves around to the left at the end.
I
Or
take
not
a
curves
moment
around,
and
but left.
again, I look down and I just look to see if I can see boot prints or anything in the ground
Yeah,
to the left.
do an investigation check.
Could I like assist her maybe, since I was kind of looking before?
Yeah, absolutely. So you
I had
can.
a 15.
Why don't you roll with advantage since Otto is assisting you?
I got
Meanwhile,
a
I'm looking.
16.
16. One sec, Dagmar. So you look, and again, you see the central part of the hallway is definitely looks like there's been enough movement where there's not a lot of dust in the middle. On the edges, you do find some considerable buildup of dust, and in that dust, you see a couple interesting, like footprints, like barefoot, but it's a smaller, a kind of gnome foot size.
Gnome foot
Yeah,
size.
foot size.
Hmm.
Well,
Were-
Tevin's certainly not a gnome, so
Ah.
I don't know.
Were there any gnomes of note back in Lukenor?
Do I know of any, John?
No, actually, you don't know of any gnomes in Lukenor.
I don't know of any gnomes in Lucknow.
Curious.
I
Very curious.
wish I could be of more help, but sorry.
Oh, that's quite all right.
Meanwhile, I'm kind of throwing this line away as I'm still kind of like looking up the walls for the next rune of discovery.
Okay. You can roll a perception check as you're going if you'd like.
Okay.
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm just following along.
Yeah, following along.
All right, so just making your way down this hall.
I'm
As
like
you-
doing like kind of like a skipping game. I'm trying to make it fun.
Okay.
And Azora.
21.
And Azora.
Nice. Nice.
How did
nice
you ever
roll.
end up in that box?
Still don't know.
You mean like
Azora.
when we all first met?
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, were you just being nice to a stranger and the next thing you knew you were in a box?
Yes.
Oh, and Azora, you remember the last thing before that was meeting this kind of group of bandits out in the woods,
Not bandits.
and kind of walking up to introduce yourself to them is your last memory. Oh, maybe you didn't want to share that. Maybe I should have. Sorry.
Azora.
Well, it's out of the bag now.
Pretend I text that to you.
And I kind of
Ever
listened
so
in.
Trusting, ever
And-
so trusting, and still
Wait.
not jaded.
My friends, it was the last thing I got to do before I went to 2 bucks. And then I made some great friends after too.
And so I hear this and I'm thinking, wow, these guys sound interesting. And I ask, Anazora, how did you meet them? Seems like it's quite a similar experience.
Ship, and it was like floating.
We took her out of the box.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was
But
basically
after being poisoned, we'd all been poisoned, except for Anazora. I guess they
Yeah,
never
she was in the
poisoned you.
box.
I'd call that a form of poisoning.
Right.
I wrote
soul
a whole
poisoning.
I wrote a whole song about it. I'll sing it for you later.
Oh,
Anyway.
It's TMI. I'm like, wow, what fun. And I
Yeah.
also rolled a
like, as
20.
we're- Oh yeah,
21.
sorry.
21.
Yeah, no.
So
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
so you're walking off, and as they're having this conversation, you're like, okay. And scanning, you don't see any runes. You know, you're looking very specifically now for that or anything that looks out of place. This looks very bare as it goes down, and you can see it goes off to the left.
Again.
And even now, as you approach, you can see another set of stairs.
Good Lord.
Well, get ready because we're going up again.
And while we're
Oh,
walking
more
down these stairs, this time I'm like, so Dagmara, how did all of this come to be? You and you know, your long lost love. What's your story? We've got many steps here to hear.
Yeah.
how did you meet?
And at this moment, I feel
Ask
like,
her.
here
That
we
was
go.
so painful. You're gonna make her cry.
Okay, Mrs. He's probably dead.
Yeah,
What are you
no.
talking about?
Ew.
And I kind of
Oh,
crack a
it's
little. I
better
crack
to
a little.
just put the memory away, forget all about
I'm
it.
like, you have really become cynical lately, and that's coming from me, which is really saying something.
That's saying something.
I crack
know-
a little
That's a believer
smile.
in romance.
Right.
I'm a sucker for a good romance, and to be honest, our adventures have not really gave way to it. So I have to get my, my sorts of kicks where I can. Tell me the romantic story of how you met.
Please do.
Well, and I actually like crack a little smile. I'm like, despite my tough exterior, I know how I appear. It was a good meeting. I was hunting, and he was dressed as a razor mouth. And
Why?
What?
well, it's a way to attract more of the targets.
He was in a
Believe it, but
razor
yes.
mouth suit.
Yes, you skin them, and I look at Tabitha. I'm like, remember this? You skin them, and you put the hide on. It's very heavy, but you put it on, and then you walk into the frozen lake if you can. And I'm getting really excited about this because this is just my forte. And then once you get in the middle of the lake, then you wait for it to come out, and then you slowly or quickly slip out from underneath the hide. And I literally thought that Tevin was actually a razor mouth, and I was just priming my arrow as he just slid right from underneath the hide as my arrow landed right next to where he just was a second ago. That was our first meeting. And then on, after a little bit of arguing as to whose life would have been lost, yeah, we decided to have a goblet of mead at the nearby inn.
And I'm like leaned over and writing on my ink and quill and Tabitha's torchlight. I'm like, this is lovely. And I'm like, you can hear me mumbling under my breath, like, 'twas not Dagmara's arrow that struck her soon-to-be love, but it was Cupid's arrow raining down from above onto both of them nigh. And I'm just like, I think that this is quite the tale, and the bard in him is savoring it.
That's awesome.
And I asked, what are you writing, Otto? You better not publish this or make a song out of it.
Oh, darling, no, I'll change names and have to make some embellishments, but go on. This is very rich.
And
So-
as you guys are making your way up the stairs, you see coming closer, there's another set of blue flickering torches. These are smaller, and they seem to be illuminating big, heavy wooden doors at the top, right at the top of the stairs.
More on that later.
Well-
And I just sort of like look ahead, and I'm gonna hang back, I think, for now. But I will follow my party.
Okay. And who's in the front right now?
I feel like Seville's in the front.
Yeah, while they were talking, we're just trying to keep my eyes out here, ears open. So as I approach, I just want to check if there's any footsteps as sort of I'm going up the stairs and my eyes are coming up. I just want to check these stairs for any depressions or anything like that as I come up to, you said there's 2 lights?
Two torches. Yep.
Okay.
And they have that same magical blue flame casting light across these heavy wood doors that are carved with something. You'll have to look as you get closer.
Yeah. Does it look like the light spills back towards me, or is the magical light just framing and capturing the door?
No, it
Normal
spills.
kind of light.
Yeah.
Light
Yeah, it
filter.
spills
Okay.
down the
All right,
stairs.
so
But
I-
it's a soft. The blue light doesn't travel
Yeah.
very well. So
All right. So I just want to see an eye and see the inscriptions and see if any of it matches the ruins we've been seeing.
yeah. So roll an investigation check as you check it out.
Alrighty. Natural 20.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well,
Wow.
as you start to make your way closer, at first it looks like almost like some sort of an abstract design. But as you get closer, you can see that it's intricately carved words that go around this door. And it's in common, so you can read it, no problem. And you read the following.
Tevin was here.
I'm sorry,
I'll
Tevin.
always love Dagmara.
He wrote it like WUZ.
Yeah.
You're like, only he would have done that.
He's
He
tagged
did
it.
not
This
go to
guy,
school.
this guy hides behind razor mouth suits. This guy's goofy.
Yeah, he's going to be who we find. Surprise. It's going to be a big surprise party. Oops, sorry.
I lean over to Anazora and I'm like, how much you want to bet that when we open the doors, there's more stairs?
Watches too.
Okay.
Probably
Going
going
down or up, place
Wow.
your bets.
Yeah, this
I've
is
got
all-
10 gold that says there's not.
well.
Okay, well,
You're on.
I just hold my breath.
All right. So you're reading this. Are you reading it out loud to the others?
Yeah.
All right.
Can
So
you repeat it one more time?
yeah, I haven't read it yet. Here you go. You hold me within for many a day. In victory, I always with you will stay. But when you cry of despair or defeat, I leave you in a slow, cold retreat.
It's breath.
And I just
Say breath. I'm going to breathe
oh,
on
it's
the
a
door.
game. It's a game.
It's talking about breath.
I'm going
and I
to
just
breathe
say,
on the door.
Okay.
Tevin was not that poetic.
Is it leave?
I just lean
Is
back.
it food? Is it
Hold on a minute.
love? Is it
Hold on.
And yeah, and Seville, you breathe on the door. Nothing happens. You see there are no handles. There's no lock. Just you can tell that there's a parting. That these are two pieces
Yeah.
of a wood door that fit perfectly together.
So what are the words on the last words, the words closest to the crease?
Well, it kind of goes in a circular motion around the whole thing.
All right, I'll say melon.
Melon.
Speak friend in ninja. No, it's not what it is.
What
Okay,
I
could
would
you-
like to do, Judd,
Yeah.
maybe this
Read
would
it.
be if we feel like spending 10 minutes here for a sec, which would give everyone time to think.
Mhm.
I could try to discern if there's magic here, how it would maybe be used, or if you need to speak it, or how
Sure.
it might work.
Okay, so you just see Otto sit down and start
Could you
going through the
read it
motion
again?
to
Could you
identify.
repeat
Yeah.
it again? Yeah.
You hold me within for many a day. In victory, I always with you will stay. But when you cry of despair or defeat, I leave you in a slow, cold retreat.
Blood.
I could see it being
Did you,
sort of.
and Azara, did you say that out loud?
Mhm.
You won.
Ah,
You won. You won. You
Well
won.
done.
Yeah, what a roll.
Game. You
And
won
the
the
doors
game.
just split and open up, and they're massive, heavy doors. They move slowly by some magical force. And as it opens up, you can see it's a huge cavernous room, completely dark until the doors finish opening. And then you see 8 torches light up 8 columns on the sides going down. And at the end, you see in the same blue flickering light is this massive sculpture of what looks like a demon. And it's a skeleton of a demon, a head with horns coming out and this kind of snarled face. And you see its rib cage is right beneath the skull, and it's open into just a blackness that would be a perfect doorway. And it's holding 2 massive daggers in its hands that go down to the floor. And this thing is huge. It's on the far side of the room.
All right, Anasara, you won. You go first.
I wish the answer was a little bit nicer, but
And-
what can you do?
And
I'll start going.
as you step in, and again, there are 4 columns on each side, each one now lit with this magic flame. You see a creature about halfway the distance from where you're standing to that sculpture at the end. And it's small, like halfling or maybe gnome size. And it's dragging something, and it just sees you. And
Kevin?
it just freezes and then bolts in a full fast run, kind of in your direction, but a little bit off angled.
Does it go past any of us so that any of us could get like an opportunity attack?
No, you're at this point right now, it's about 40 feet away, and looks like it's aiming for the left side of the room.
I just want to immediately go after it as a hunter. I'm just like, whoop, just right after.
Okay.
Can I shoot it with my bow?
Yeah, well, okay. I'll have everybody then roll initiative.
Did he drop what he was carrying?
Oh, it's
He
coming.
did.
Okay.
Initiative.
What or
Aye.
who?
Oh,
I'm going.
not
I'm going to go over to
object?
see what he dropped. But
We're in
okay, roll
initiative
initiative.
now.
Yep.
Roll initiative. Okay.
Sorry.
I got a 6, but I really have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay,
I
go
got
ahead.
a 19.
I got a 12.
Okay,
19.
hold on. Keep your
Hold
numbers
on.
to yourself.
Wait till you call him out.
We're passing through the magnetic field.
Can you describe
I
what the figure looked like
I
again?
sure can. So, well, you see now, I mean, it's at a distance, so you don't have a great look at it, but again, it's very small. It looks like it has old, kind of maybe studded leather armor on. It's barefoot. It has like in this light, you can't quite tell. It's a pale, maybe a yellowish skin. You see there's like in any of the skin that's visible, there's like this long white fuzz of this hair coming off of it. And it
Okay.
has, the head seems a little bit larger than the proportions of what you would expect. So just, it's an odd looking thing. Actually, Otto and Tabitha, when she gets back, roll a history check for me.
My
I got
experience,
you
it's
here.
the deadliest.
I got your Huckleberry. I got your
Let's
Huckleberry.
see.
In Dagmara's experience, the smallest are the deadliest. So it's like an immediate. I can't think of the word. It's an immediate cue for her to
dread.
go after it.
The instinct pulls out of
The
you.
instinct is just go. Yes.
So for history, I got 17.
17. Yeah. So
17.
you recognize this creature as one, or the same species anyway, not the same one, but the same species as the one that abducted you when you split off from the party the very early days.
Who is this? Sorry, I just came back. That
This is
he's checking.
this is that creature that you saw when you opened the door and started to make a run for it.
Got it.
You missed a description, but it's a small, pale skin, like gnomish size. It's barefoot, wearing old, studded leather armor. Has looks like it's got a dagger or a short sword at its side, and has this like wispy hair everywhere that you can see skin, and a slightly oversized head. It is reminiscent of a gnome, but clearly not a gnome.
But I don't know if this would do any good or if I could yell out of initiative order, but just say stop.
In the name of love.
Okay, you can definitely. Okay, now
What have they done to you? Okay.
let's get initiative orders, and then we'll see. I'll come back to you, Otto.
Okay.
All right, so 20 to 25.
22.
Okay, Seville.
Darn
All right,
it.
15, 20.
19.
Dag. Okay. And okay. All right, 10 to 15.
13.
12. I got it.
All right, Anazora and Ariset.
And I got 14.
Okay, and Otto. Okay. All right, and Tabitha, I'm sorry, what did you get?
6.
6. Okay. Got it. Okay. All right. So Seville, your first act. What would you like to do?
All right. I'm going to, how far away? Distance
So
to power generator.
I'm going to say about 35 feet.
35 feet. Okay. I am charging this creature. I'm going to dash and I'm going to tackle him and grapple him and wait for my backup so we can just pin
Okay.
him and question him.
Okay, great. Go ahead and we'll say contested roll here. You can use strength or dexterity, right?
All right. And the whole time, yeah, I'm just saying, stop, stop, stop. All right. I'm doing, here we go, Dex.
Okay.
All right. 16.
And you're saying stop, stop, stop as you're going?
I'm charging and I'm like, stop, stop, stop.
Okay. And you see the eyes kind of look at you for a moment, and they're large, orbish eyes, and they're kind of like fearful, not sure, a little confused. And you go to grab, and it just slips out of your grasp, no problem. But starts to kind of slow down a little bit and is looking at everybody, trying to figure out what's going on. Do you want to do anything else?
Yeah, I've got a bonus action. I'm going to be like, stay where you are. Don't move. And I have a dagger I'm drawing out. I said, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you. I just want to ask you questions. Don't move or I'll take it as a threat. So if he moves, I'm going to whip this dagger at him.
All right, roll persuasion.
All right. And I'm going to channel Otto for this roll. Because I need his persuasion. I need his persuasion.
You wish with my +9, boy.
Yes, exactly.
Dang.
I'll take a third of that, so it's a 12
A 12.
plus 3 on mine. Yeah.
Okay. He definitely slows down and stops running and is panting, like fearful, still kind of moving away, but hands up, like
All right.
and kind of bowing a little bit, but slowly kind of still moving away from you.
Okay. I mean, that's all my movement. But if he takes another step, I'm whipping this dagger.
All right,
So,
Dagmara, you're up.
Okay. So I see that this creature clearly, now that Seville went before me, I can see that this creature is afraid. So no need for brute force. So I'm just going to use a little bit of my charisma and try to calm him down
Okay.
and just say,
What do you say?
I say, I know you're scared. I do. So are we. We don't know where we are, and we need help just as much as you do. Will you please talk to us?
Roll a persuasion check for me. And I'm going to say roll at advantage because between the two of you so far.
That's 24.
That'll do. That'll
Rolling
do.
it tonight.
So,
Yep.
so you see some of the intense fear drain away, and just as the eyes darting over each one of you, and then quickly looks at the demon's kind of entrance on the far side of the room and looks around and says, "Okay, follow me. Come." And very, very slowly moves over and pulls up this, it's a stone grate. You probably wouldn't have even seen it if you'd gone by, but he lifts it up and moves it over and he's like, my home here.
Do
Wait,
we
wait.
trust him?
Well,
What do you, what was he dragging? And hold on a second there. Wait, no movement.
Go ahead and roll a perception check, Seville, to see what he was
Can I
dragging.
roll insight?
Yes, you may.
All right, that is a 16.
Okay. He was dragging a heavy bag, and at the outside looks bloodstained, but you can see when he dropped it, looks like some kind of unusual vegetables and things are rolling out of it. Definitely not, from what you can see anyway.
Yeah.
Not body
how long
parts.
have you been held up here, friend?
I'm gonna go get it for him.
Okay. No talk here. Long time danger. Need your help. Come. Come.
Brought you.
What'd you get? 17? Sorry, Anazora, what'd you get?
17.
17, yeah. Yeah, it seems like you saw the shift from the fear to realization to almost hope in his eyes, and so you trust.
Yeah, I'll kind of look around at everybody first, and then I'll follow, but I'll kind of like sneak a hand back toward like a dagger I have on my belt just in case and walk down.
Okay. And so you kind of give him the nod, and he finishes pulling it aside and just drops down into this hole. And as you get close, you look down and you can see that it's some kind of drainage pipe. It's like maybe about 4 feet, maybe 5 feet deep down to the bottom. There's a little bit of trickle of some kind of liquid going across, but he doesn't follow it down. Instead, he kind of disappears kind of straight in the direction that he was running.
All right. I'll be the last one down. I want to see this room just once over. There's no other exits other than what appears to be the center of that statue, right?
Correct. And you look at that center of the statue, that darkness, and you can't see anything at all in that darkness from here.
All right.
Can I see anything more than
You
in
can
this
try.
situation?
Yeah, you can do a perception check.
Okay.
And Seville, you're bringing the bag.
I have the bag with me, yeah.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I said just go right down right
Okay.
next to that gnome.
You drop in, and you can see that it is indeed some kind of a drainage sewage system that goes off, but he goes through what looks like just like roughly carved out of the stone wall there. There's a little winding path and he's in there like, this way.
And
And
I
he-
follow him.
I
Yeah.
got 18.
Okay. Pretty much what Seville saw, you look around and these columns go up. This room is massive. It's maybe about 80 feet to the ceiling. The top of the ceiling is natural cavern. You see some stalactites up there. Nothing major, but just your focus keeps going back to this massive sculpture of this demon holding these daggers down. And
Is it safe enough to talk now, friend? Because I might have a question or two about this large demon statue.
Not yet. Home, come.
You're trying my patience, but sure.
I know. for your safety.
And I follow along, kind of grumbling under my breath.
Tell them to close. Great.
All right,
One
Dagmara,
of
we
you
going down?
be a
Yes.
sweetheart and just close that grate behind you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll go down last.
We're all
and
down.
Okay,
pull
so
this gate.
you're all down there and you're all following this twisting little path. And it's not that long, but after about a minute of kind of navigating through this, you get this smell of this like super intense kind of BO. And
God.
the
Hey, this
tunnel-
is like an upgrade from the sewers. Hey, hey guys,
Wow.
right? We're
Why
moving
did it
up.
have to be sewers?
Our smells are only getting better and better.
That's right.
the
This
tunnel
whole time, I'm just reminding myself, I'm doing this for Tevin. I'm doing this for Tevin.
the tunnel curves around to the left and then back to the right, and then you come into a room. It's not very big. It's about 15 feet across and about 10 feet high. Looks like a natural cavern. And on the far side of the room, you see boulders piled up, blocking what looks like another kind of exit. And off to your right, you see a nest of maybe blankets or robes or something. And on the left-hand side, you see goods. You see little barrels and crates of some food.
So I'll just reach forward and hand him my the sack that he was carrying.
Oh, thank you. Stop. Sit. We can talk.
What?
And he closes a kind of a rough door on the entrance. Doesn't even really seal up, but
Why don't you tell us your name?
I'm Geisel.
Geisel.
What a lovely name.
Beautiful name.
How long have you been down here?
I've been, probably 2 years at this point. And you see, he rubs his throat, and you can see he's got a jagged scar that goes across his throat here, which looks like partially, roughly healed.
Has someone hurt you down here? I saw that others have passed through before us. Can you tell us about who that was?
You're not from around here. You're not them. You're
Right.
like me. I could
Who
tell.
are they? Who are they?
You're talking about Farnooge?
Let's we give him a second here.
Abathur takes out a healing potion and just hands it to him.
Oh, and he gives it back. If you are what I think, then you will need this. Please
Oh,
sit.
dear.
Sit.
Okay.
I am a slave here. I am a slave. I was once like you all. I'm an adventurer. I'm from Barakaj, the swamps to the south. And I heard.
I'm from the swamp.
You from Barakaj too?
And not exactly these swamps, but a swamp.
Oh, well,
What are the odds? You were saying?
well, there are always rumors of of this hidden city in the mountains, a city of just riches and magic. And my sister and I decided to check and see if the rumors were true, and they were. We found it, but we were captured.
And Dagmara looks like she's remembering something.
I
Like
do.
she grabs her head a little.
by these people, these necromancers.
Well, they keep keeping you here now. It doesn't seem like anybody else down here.
No, they are all in the city above. I'm slave to be down here, to protect, to clean, to warn.
What can you tell us about the group that's up there?
I can tell you lots. They are
Please do.
Can
the
you
city.
tell me? Sorry.
You are at the city of Makutha, the city of magic. And this group, the Imrok, they are necromancers. They are evil. They are foul. They took my sister. They turned her to stone. And if I ever get too close or I ever leave the barrier, they will destroy her shape. And so I am stuck. I am bound to do that bidding.
That's dreadful.
How do
But
we
you
free
but you
you?
can
Is
help.
it possible?
You can help, yes. I could go at any time, but my sister would perish. She is a stone statue.
Listen, we
I
need.
think we saw her.
We are here because we need help finding someone. And if you help us find him, we will help you find your sister. Have you seen anyone with long brown hair brought here in the past, I don't know, a year? Have you seen
man.
anybody? A man. Yeah, thank you, Otto. Yes, a man. Have
No
you?
problem.
And Dagmara, you know that it's not, it hasn't been a year. It's only been, you're
month.
guessing about a month or
A
so
month.
since he's been taken.
I'm sorry, a month. Have you seen anybody?
I've-
Anyone else brought in?
No, well, yes, but maybe
Yes?
20, 25. I see them pass. I
25. Have you seen a man with long brown hair?
I have.
Where did it take him? Where?
I don't know, but I know where they take everyone.
Can
If
you
you help
take-
me, I'll help you. I know the city. I know what they're doing. I can tell you.
What
You
do
have to
want
help
us,
me.
What do you want us to do to agree to help you free your sister?
And his eyes light up, and he moves over and he finds this scroll, and he brings it back. I found this. I creep around the city to the edge of the barrier where I can get no closer to that house that I know my sister is in, but I scout at night. I know every passage of the city. And he unfurls this scroll, and it's basically a dispel magic scroll.
Ah,
Take this. You can turn her back to flesh, and bring her to me, and then I can tell you everything. I just have to get her to safety and get out of here.
And I look at everyone with the same excitement and desperation that he has in his eyes. Kind of like, yes, let's go.
mm-hmm.
Yes, of course we will.
I'll-
But tell
I'll-
us how.
I'll snatch the scroll out of his hand.
Yes,
You've
yes,
got a
yes,
deal.
yes. Oh, thank you. I'll show you. There's a secret way. If you walk through the mouth or through the chest of the demon in the room we just came from, it is magical darkness, but it dissipates. There's a grand staircase that takes you to the open city above. But if you go that way, they will most surely see you. But I know a secret path. I will take you. It will lead you close to the house where my sister's being taken. And he proceeds to kind of give you a general layout of the city. And it's, as you saw in the hill, it's not a small city. It is built into the slopes of one of these peaks of this mountain range. And it's tiered with, I believe, 4 tiers up, and each level having buildings coming up and lights that you saw just flickering in the distance. I can tell you, I will lead you as close as I can get. You must be careful. They are vicious.
What's that demon? Who is that?
I don't know. They are not demon worshippers. They are necromancers. They are doing terrible things to people. They seek knowledge from blood, from life, from souls.
Have they done that to you?
They tortured me until I agreed, till they froze my sister here then I did what they wanted. But mostly I just alert. I saw that our rune was triggered. I knew someone was coming. I thought it was the last of them that went down to check the rear gate. I thought it was him that was coming back, but it was you.
I put my hand on your shoulder, on his shoulder, and I say, "We will find your sister. Thank you."
And then
Thank you.
I chime in and I'm like, and if you're lying to us, then I will come back and chop off your hands. Okay?
That's how you fit right in here. I'm not lying. Please get my sister. Bring her back. Save her. And I will tell you all. I will tell you all of the secrets of the Makutha city.
Well, you thought it was him, you said? Who was him?
Oh, just Kemek, the last that went out the back gate.
Kemek?
Kemek.
Is he a necromancer?
Yes, there are only necromancers and those they take here, and myself and my sister.
And I lean in very close to him, out of the hearing of everyone else. And I say, you say to come from the swamps.
Yes.
Did you ever encounter any of the creatures that are rumored to live there?
I'm from there. I've seen most of them. Which one? Which one?
I don't know. I just know that they come with the darkness.
Oh, the fell creatures. They are numerous. But yes, we can talk after. After, I can help you.
And I turned
Guys,
just to make
look.
sure they didn't hear me, and I just nodded him and
Okay.
back away.
Geisel, what's
Yes.
their weakness? What can kill them? What's their weakness?
They are very strong. They are magical. They are all magical or trying to be such.
Spellcasters.
Yes, yes. Necromantic spells, evil spells, but most are the low acolytes. There are very few of the most powerful. Koska is the most powerful. I would tell you about Koska. I would tell you about the others. But do not mistake. This is not an easy task. This is a dangerous city. But
Why
my
must we
path
get
takes
that?
my path takes close to my sister. So I think I can help you. I think you could do it, right? You'll help me. You'll help her, right?
What is
Yes.
Yes, yes.
I'm like,
And
yeah.
he's just frantic. He's just like hanging on your clothes, desperate.
What is your sister's name?
Yeah, just said it. Hold on. Hierta. It's Hierta.
Hierta.
Hilta.
Hierta. Hierta.
Do these necromancers respond? Are they vulnerable to other spells?
I'm not a spellcaster. I sadly have no magic, or perhaps I
Well-
would be more effective here.
We've
And
had
then I
some
look-
experience with them already.
I look to Otto and I'm like, I guess we'll see if my spells do work.
Ah, yes, indeed.
Well, lead on, my friend. Lead on.
Yes. This. Wait. And he goes over to his nest and he starts pulling the garments that you see there, and he's taking some that are closer to the bottom that are less soiled, and he's shaking them off and kind of cleaning them best he can. These are their robes. Yeah. And he's got about 3 fairly decent robes that he hands you.
Ooh, disguise.
Ha ha! 3 of them, eh?
You can get
Well,
more. You
how-
can get more up above.
How flowy are they?
They're heavy, actually. They're to insulate from the cold here, so they're almost like the same thickness of your your
Well, I
furs.
wonder, they sound so big that if someone were to wear them, could someone like Tabitha size hide behind them?
Mm.
Indeed. Yeah.
That sounds great for me because
Good
I feel like
thinking.
they're going to be too long for me anyway.
Mhm. Indeed, yeah.
And
They're all
honestly, not your fashion.
I mean, yeah, try it.
good. Are we good? Everybody ready?
Yeah, thank you.
Perhaps only after a break.
Hmm. Well, I was just about to say that, but yes. As he opens the door, come, and starts leading you down the hall. Now we're gonna go to a break.
Yeah.
All right,
Commercial
everyone.
break.
Commercial break. We'll be back after these messages.
After these
Of
messages,
no
See you
messages.
guys in a little
we'll be
bit.
right
Carmex.
All right. We'll be right back in about 10 minutes or so as we refresh our drinks, and we'll see you in a few.
See you all in a bit.
Stay tuned.
Oh, during the stream,
And
nothing's
hello.
flipped.
Hello, everyone. We are
Hey,
back.
hey, hey.
Yo,
Hi,
yo.
hi,
Yes.
hi.
Hello. All right. So, getting back in
Yay.
as
Oh,
Geisel.
I like your mug, Peter.
This is my
Yeah, the
jet.
mug switch, you guys.
Jack the
We have an
Pumpkin.
additional mug.
We have mug switch. We switch to matcha and we go Jack Skellington.
Yeah, and I brought out
Wow.
the big boy. Some
know
Okay, you got the
tea.
big boy.
All
Oh,
of a
you
sudden we
switched
have
to the
this,
big
like,
boy.
cozy vibe, all of us.
I
I
know.
hope you realize that the big boy is the official name for that mug.
Yeah, it's good.
True.
That's true.
That's the big boy.
That's the big boy. Hey, would you grab the big boy for me? Great, thanks. All right, so getting back in as Geisel is leading you once again down his crooked little hole there, going back out to the main chamber. He says, wait here. And he goes and he pops up and you see he's really spry for being pretty small. And he moves the grate and he hops up and pokes up. It's clear. And he climbs out and he stands and he helps you all jump up and get out of the hole, puts the grate back and leads you over to that looming demon, this entrance. And as you get closer, you see where in the chest cavity, where the ribs meet, there's this archway and it's just pure darkness. You can't see anything no matter how you move, even with your dark vision, you can't see anything into this like black inky well. Don't worry, it's just magic darkness. It won't hurt you. Everybody link up. And he holds out his hand. Who's up front?
Can we
I'll grab
Can
We're
we
it.
just-
wearing the cloaks, right?
can we dispel this darkness with the coin?
You can try.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. However, I'm not going to do that only because I worry that might be noticed if the darkness is lingering up above by someone.
Good.
Yes.
Good
Yes.
point. Good point.
But-
Don't want
I'm hiding
we need
in
the
your
element of
legs,
surprise.
Auto.
But
Okay.
Under
Yeah,
the
so
cloak.
so
Okay,
that's a
so
good
you-
point.
two are cloaked up.
I'll be wearing a robe.
Okay.
And you said there were two others, right?
Yep.
So
So
maybe whoever the other two want to wear a robe, they should be the only ones who come up first.
I
right?
would recommend that Anazora, because her skin is a different color,
Yeah.
maybe
And-
wearing one.
yeah, and she's our bruiser, so it'd be a good idea to have her at least cloaked. So
Okay.
I'll tell
Yeah.
you, I'm not taking you up the main stairs. There's another secret passage hidden in the darkness. Nobody will see you yet. So-
Okay.
Well, we just wanted to.
Yeah,
We,
yeah, I mean, I can take if no one's gonna wear another robe, I'll take a robe.
okay, so us three are wearing robes.
Okay.
Okay, great. Everyone link up.
Yep. We go.
And-
we go. Prayer hands, man.
Okay, and he
Right.
goes into the darkness, and it's just like he just vanishes as he goes in, and you see like just the remaining bit of his arm goes up to the hand and whoever's next, and you go in and you can see anything, you can't hear anything, and after about 30 seconds kind of bumping and getting kind of tugged back and forth, this chain of adventurers makes its way. You feel you're going into kind of a narrow entrance, and you hit your head and you duck down and you go up, and once you duck and you go inside, the darkness is gone and you're on a spiraling stone staircase going up.
Another
And-
spiral.
Stairs.
Hold
Yes.
it.
And as you remember, it was pretty high up on the cliffs when you were
Yeah.
down below.
Yes.
So you
This
had
is
some
like the
altitude to make up.
Peloton. Peloton of adventurers. We're just kind of going up and up and up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right, everyone through. And then he takes, and you see he has this stone panel that he puts back in place.
Clever.
Okay. Now we can be more free to talk. And he starts leading, he kind of juts around you and starts leading the way up. Not far, not far. Come.
So how did they force you to become their slave? Just by taking your sister hostage, Geisel?
They have my sister. And he turns around, he shows you, he kind of pulls his fuzzy hair aside, and you see on his forehead, there's a rune of the same symbol that you have on the necklace. If this gets too close to her, her form will shatter, and I'll never be able to put her back. Or if I leave the area, her form will shatter.
Have you tried prying it out?
What?
It looks like it's
Like burnt into his skin?
It's like magically kind of embedded in his skin.
Okay.
Okay.
Why didn't they just kill you? What good have you been to them?
Wow. Slave. They like slaves.
I
I'm
understand.
sure will kill me eventually. I've tried to stay useful.
Yes, well,
Anything to do to stay alive.
can you tell us anything about their normal goings on? Do they meet? If so, what do they discuss? Any details you can share with us will be immensely helpful.
And he stops really quickly, and you almost kind of all like tumble into him. And he looks very serious. He said, "You must not die. Not just for me and my sister, but they are up to something. It threatens everything. I will tell you after you get her. This is so dangerous. They are all up there." And he turns and he starts walking. They meet all the time. They perform rituals as they experiment on the people that they take.
What should we be looking out for? Who's guarding the necromancers? Who fights with them?
There is no one here but necromancers, and other than the creatures that parole the outside of the walls.
Is there any names that you can remember being said? After all, if we are trying to skulk close to them in our disguises, a name or two could be of great use.
Yes, well, Koska is the leader.
Mm-hmm.
Korska?
Koska.
All right.
And you
And
mentioned
what
Kemek.
about... Sorry, go ahead.
Kemek, you mentioned?
Kimmik is a low acolyte. He went out to check the back gate. He hasn't come back yet.
Ah, so Kemek would be a good name then.
I wonder if Kemek was the one who got smashed and stepped on.
Smashed by
By
what?
that, the frost giant
by
down
the
there.
not the worm.
So it's speaking
They're
of the
worms.
worm, we have an egg. Why would that frost giant be carrying this? And I'll cue Dagmara. What kind of egg is this? Dagmara said a remores. Why would he have a remores egg?
And I'm kind of just very carefully, like kind of just opening my cloak just a little bit so he can
It
see.
is, yes, Ramoras. Very dangerous. I don't know, either for pet or for food.
They could have hoped to raise it as their own. I mean, if I remember correctly, a Rimmeraz may be native to cold weather. Perhaps it was meant to be a beast of burden of theirs. Or...
I've never seen one. They have other things guarding. There's a worm out there that's very dangerous, white, hard to see.
You mean a dragon?
Yes.
And
the giant, you got past him?
Well, he's dead.
Yes, we did. But the dragon. Have you noticed any relationship between this dragon and those that you reluctantly serve?
No, they are creatures patrolling the outside of the walls.
Who is?
It's really a wormling or a drake, not a full dragon. The giant, and there are other creatures. I don't get outside. I just know. I hear talk.
But you say that they're using the egg as food.
Oh,
Why
the
wouldn't-
giant, I'm sure would love it as food,
Oh,
or
gosh, we're
to
lucky that we
raise
saved it.
a pet.
Are these creatures bound to the necromancers, or are they serving of their own?
No,
Free will.
they're trapped within a field. They can't escape.
Field. Is there
Really?
anyone
What controls the field?
Yeah, what controls?
Geisel, what controls the field? Do you know?
I do know there's a spell. I don't know particularly what, but there are several artifacts throughout the city I think have something to do with it. But again, I'm not a magic user. I can't help you much there.
Have you heard of anyone who's not been able to enter the city, and he or she has been pushed away by that wall? Do you hear of any of those cases?
And he's thinking, no, none of those stories have reached my ears, but the barrier both hides the city and keeps those patrolling from leaving. It's keyed to their type.
Are you frequently, I assume, given your position, are meant to report back to them from time to time? Is that right?
Yes, sadly.
Right. Well, I wonder, before any of us proceed ahead, why don't you go and report back to them and tell them that everything's all right, you just wanted to update them, but really you'll be looking around and taking very good notice of how many of them there are, how they're positioned, and what they're doing. And then you come back down and you tell us.
And please, can you make sure can you check for a man with long brown hair?
Yes.
Would be stone by this point, but he's got a scar above his eyebrow. Can you please check?
And we, of course, promise to free you and your sister somehow. We'll figure that out. But also, we will give you some money if you get us some information, okay? We need names. We need...
I have a mithril ring.
My thirst for gold.
You're really itching. You're really itching to get rid of that mithril. Is it a cursed object? What is the problem? I mean, that is. I just don't understand. All right, but listen. Yes, it's very important.
No, no. Good idea.
No, I know it's a good idea. I thought of it, but listen, it's very important that. And I sort of lean down. I put a hand on his shoulder and I say, just be casual and normal and like you're checking in on any other day. It's very important, all right? And basically what I want to do is I want to give him a bardic inspiration so that he'll have that when he goes up there.
Oh, cool. And he kind of, he's been a bit hunched, kind of that constant servitude bow, but he stands a little bit straighter. You see a little bit more of that fighter light in his eye. Good. Yeah. I could do that.
And I give him a firm pat on the shoulder and I'm like, that's the spirit.
And I jingle my gold bag and I say, we promise we'll give you some if you get us information.
Oh, of course. I want you to succeed. I want my sister. These people, they have corrupted this whole city. It didn't used to be Makutha. You probably know that. But
no, we don't. Tell me.
We don't. What was it called?
Oh, well, the city's called Makutha now, but it was the Grian Academy. That's what my notes that I found before coming here said about it.
And I kind of look over towards Seville. He's the only one native to this world, and I kind of keep my my voice a little lower and I say, Grian Academy. Does that ring a bell? Is that something he seems like he's heard of? Or
do a history check for me, Seville.
That is a 12.
So you feel like you might have heard the name Makutha before.
Yeah.
In just kind of a list of dark things outside of the kingdom. Grian Academy, you've not heard that before.
I just looked at Otto. I haven't heard that name. Could be another language, but I'm not really familiar with this area. I'm sorry.
And since I'm from the south, can I check and see if I remember?
You roll a history check.
I just nod to Seville. Fair play.
Otto.
Yes.
About these trapped creatures.
21.
Okay.
Perhaps we can use this for everybody. We can use it as a tactic. If we meet one of these creatures, like a frost giant, some kind of guardian, if we could free that creature. It could be an ally or cause a lot of chaos with these necromancers. That could be something we could use as a diversion or something. Drop the barrier and set that thing on these necromancers. Something to think about if we get into the thick of it.
Yes, that's very wise.
Geisel, what do they seek? What are they trying to accomplish? Why are they doing all of this?
I'm sorry, Airset, hold on. We'll come right back to you. Dagmara, as soon as he said those words, your eyes light up. You know some of this information. And actually, I'm sorry, I'm going to text it to you, and then Airset, go ahead.
But what is it? What are they reaching out for? What is it that they're striving to do? Is there anything that they need, for example? Anything that we could use to leverage?
Harbingers of death, I suspect.
Not just that. They are up to something special.
Do you know anything about that?
I do. I can't tell you till you get my sister. It's everything.
Okay, let's go get the sister, because it seems like that's what's going to happen. We need to get the sister, get the information.
I kind of stop and I like fold my arms and I like turn to him and I say, hasn't it ever occurred to you that you telling us that information will help ensure we get your sister? Now, you're a smart man. Best you just tell us now, right? I want to like
ladies and gentlemen.
I deliberately want to kind of try to outsmart him into telling us now.
Okay, yeah, roll persuasion check.
Okay.
And my eyes light up because if things are starting to slowly come back since you've helped me with my memory. My memory is slowly returning. And I say, oh yes, of course, the Grian Academy. Those are sun worshippers. They're good people. They're people of a good place, but now they become corrupted.
Yes,
I remember my father. Oh. My father and I, we used to take trips down to that area.
Oh. That explains their power.
These cultists of Fornuge, as I suspect, they like to desecrate wonderful places.
Not
like
Fornuge. They are not cult of Fornuge. They're the Imruk. They worship darkness. They are bringers of darkness.
Ah, the darkness versus the light.
And Azora, do you think it has something to do with your tree? Maybe the Grian Academy, maybe it was something to do with your baby tree.
Maybe.
But I got a 25 on my roll to persuade this guy.
So he slows his pace, and he turns to you. Yes, I want you to succeed. There's so much. I don't know how that would help you, but I will tell you all. I plead with you. I will tell you all.
There you are.
So, all right. Well, let's.
But it is a lot. I'll just say that they are now concentrating on Fornuge. That is their focus. But they are not. We're not before worshippers of Fornuge. They are.
Are they seeking an alliance with this sect? Perhaps?
They're bringing Fornuge back. That is what they seek to do.
Yes.
So the Imrock is bringing Fornuge back.
Yes, Fornuge and all of our gods have forsaken us when this land moved. They are all gone. They want to bring it back. They want and
it's a resurrection of Fornuge.
So that's what Balak was doing.
Balak?
Balak the Vivisector, the first necromancer
Got it.
that we put down, that you guys were in the bottom of his manor, his mansion. His diary says something about bringing Fornuge back, which is why he was trying to the elven shrine up in
I kind of hold up the book that I of Fornuge that I pocketed. I'm like, what this describes as necessary to bring Fornuge back is not so great, to put it mildly.
Their plans are quite evil. And if they get their way, it will be the death of us all.
Seville,
Laura,
you reminded me of
it's-
something. Seville,
Mm,
do that.
yes.
when we were
Yes,
in the
The death of
vivisector's
us
basement,
all. You could save
Do you
us
remember?
all.
we found something then in the basement of the vivisector, and I kept it safe. And I bring out a kind of multifaceted, almost amethyst kind of crystal. And I said, do you remember this? We found it
don't.
then. We found it then in the
No,
chest.
not even a bit. I don't recall it at all.
Well,
No, not even
Oh.
a little bit, actually.
well, you
Geisel,
guys may not,
Geisel.
but your characters do. And you see Geisel's eyes. The spiral. You've
Yes, what is-
you've already got a piece.
What is it? What do we have?
You have what they're after. You cannot take that up there.
And I shivered down, like right away
What?
back.
Where
Yeah.
did we find that?
Hold. And he stops and he starts
In the basement, right?
he pulls off a
Yeah.
pouch and here, put it in here.
Why?
It will hide it.
Can I hold the pouch after that?
You can have it. Take it.
Okay. I take it and I take his pouch and I put it back.
And you see it goes
on my
in and it
person.
just vanishes.
Oh,
Thank you.
I don't know. I know what that is.
All right. So we have a plan here. You're
Let's
gonna
go.
go up
Let's do
there.
it.
You're gonna go tell us what's going on, and we'll
Yes.
wait here for
Yes.
your prompt return.
I'll be
Yes,
right
Geisel?
back. Yes,
All right.
I'll be right back.
And I remember I give him
Yeah.
the bardic inspiration.
So he scrambles off. You see him just silently makes his way up ahead of you,
Mhm.
leaving you all behind. And about 40 seconds later, you hear the softest scraping sound, and then it repeats as if you were exiting something.
And we're just kind of left there for now, right?
Yeah.
All
Don't you
right.
remember, Seville?
So
We
this-
found that. And don't you remember the awful entrails that we found that were bloodied? And then there was a map too of
I
Kept it.
remember. Yeah, I remember the map. I remember
Yes.
the diary and stuff, but I wasn't around that chest or the entrails, so I wasn't sure you picked that up. But that's incredibly fine then.
Friendly reminder, if we are in the business of trying to see this whole thing through, the map not only showed that there was the desecrated shrine outside of Marig
Right.
and the location here in Lutnor, which we're currently exploring, but also in the capital city of Carthan.
Clothed. Yes, it's the triangle. That's what Abernath said, and that's what the diary said as well. That there's a triangle formation of these spirals.
Yes.
So
Who would have thought that mere shapes were so devious?
indeed,
And this
I
is
guess
when
they
I
can
think
be.
I definitely
The only
paired up
thing
with
that-
the right people.
well, I hope you say that after this is over.
So Tabitha's waiting. We're all waiting here, and she just like unrolls the blue skin from the whatever that guy was last week,
Right?
Yeah.
and she's just
cleaning
cleaning
her mouth.
just
it off.
just
And it
scraping.
smells horrible.
Oh, jeez.
Luckily, it's so cold and this everywhere that you are that it's not really, bacteria is not really setting in. So it's the smell is not as bad as it could
Okay.
be for sure. But you're
So-
just scraping the gross side of the skin off on this, like
We should
down
we
on the
should
floor.
maybe we should maybe discuss how we're going to proceed, barring what we learn about what's going on above. Those of us in the robes, including you, Tabitha, you could hide in mine. We might want to go up and try and get the drop on them,
Yeah, that's a good
course.
idea.
But I guess we'll wait and see what
Judd, do I know who the
tells us.
Imrock are? Have I ever heard of the Imrock?
No, you have not. You do know what the
Just
bag is,
very-
though.
We've
Sounds
heard
a
of the
lot like
Imra, right?
Sumrock.
It's not Imrock, it's Imruk.
Oh.
Okay.
Have we heard of it before? Chad and I?
Roll a no. Actually, I'm just gonna say no. You have not.
And what do I know anything about it as well?
You can roll a history check.
So I wouldn't have found anything out about them in the academy.
It was the Sumrak who kidnapped us once upon a
Right.
time, Maddie.
Sumrak is there.
Well,
So-
my history check is 8.
Yeah, no.
I'll take out
So
the thing. If I
so
feel
this is
that the thing is cold, then I'll pull out the tree.
So you, as you're talking, you look over to Anazora, and she pulls out her tree, which is usually so beautiful and golden and glowing, and it looks like it's wilting, and it feels cold in your hand, and almost like it's trying to burrow down into your skin.
What are you gonna do?
I knew something wasn't right when usually it feels warm.
you think it's afraid? You think it's dying? What happened to you when you went back to the tree before the sewers there? I wasn't sure what you were saying. Did something happen to you?
You must have uprooted
I
it.
asked a lot of questions and got some answers.
Normally
Mm.
plants need water. Have you tried watering it?
You've gone and killed it, haven't you?
Maybe it needs sunlight. It hasn't gotten any sunlight for
Yeah.
quite a while, and we've been in this cave.
Well, look, as much as I appreciate good gardening, I really think we should, get going.
Yes.
We can't
I
get
lo-
going.
agree.
You arranged for him to go and then come back. So right now we're stuck waiting on him to come back.
No, I meant like mentally get going and all sort of psyched up for whatever awaits us next. That's what I meant, darling.
And
Come on.
Azora, I'm worried about your baby tree. Maybe you can comfort it. Maybe you could sing to it or do something to try to cheer it up.
Maybe it needs a name, like
Or a
Baby
snack.
Groot.
Well, it helps itself forever. So it already has a name.
Oh, it do.
What's its
What's its
name?
name?
Forever.
Oh, all right.
A little bit cheesy, but sure.
Mhm. Hey, I didn't name it.
Oh, that's its name. It told you so.
Yes, it told me so.
Can you do your
Hmm.
thing where you make it happy, where maybe you surround it with your flowers or something? Maybe it needs cheering up. I mean, we're in a dank and awful place. I'm feeling quite overwhelmed as well. I think we're in the middle of the pit of the worst evil any paradigm or dimension in the universe has ever seen.
Yeah, flowers would be nice, just in general.
Yeah. Well, perhaps, but I feel like don't we have bigger fish to fry?
Perhaps.
This little tree.
And Outerset, you hear the soft sound that you heard when
Soft sound.
Gazelle.
There you go.
Bless you,
When-
Seville.
Bless you.
Run!
called
Everybody
a-
put on their masks!
It's called a
Run!
stealth mission.
Soft sound of
Hello.
Seville schnoz.
Oh, I wish I had we're experiencing technical difficulties screen. I would have flashed that right now, but I don't. So you just hear that. You just hear that faint sound, and you hear the slapping of feet coming down. And a moment later, you see Geisel's face. There, yeah, I found you. They're up to something right now. There's a procession of them.
Ooh,
You better join
a
them.
procession. Okay.
They've got a small, like you, halfling, up in the air screaming. Some man.
No.
Those
And,
of you in robes, we have to.
When
make a
you
ring.
say up in the air, what do you mean? Is he hanging by something?
No.
Is he being hovered in the air using sorcery?
Hovered, yes, magic.
Okay,
up
listen.
above them.
We haven't much time.
No,
Those
this is
of
good.
us-
Good timing. They're all heading to the tip. We have time. You can move. They're going away, all of them, in a big procession. You have a good chance now.
Join them.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Even
Go.
those of us not in the disguise, the coast is clear.
Well,
It's
what-
never
what
it's
is-
never fully
What the hell
clear.
are we doing?
I'll tell you. I'll show you. The house is near. And he starts moving up the stairs.
Okay. So I'll go next to him. I'll follow him because I don't have a robe, but I'm very
And
stealthy.
and as you're going, he's calling back. Always watch the skies. Sometimes they fly over. The necromancers, the monks, the priests, some of them can fly. But they
And I
all
s-
seem like they're part of this procession right now.
And I suggest, is there any way that if they do detect those of us that are not in robes, that we act as prisoners of the ones in robes?
Yes,
That's
yes.
not a bad idea. However, it would cause a lot of attention, mind you.
Yeah.
Best not to be seen if you can.
We'll try not to.
But as a last resort, that's our play. I like
Okay.
that.
Yes. Good.
I'm gonna scurry underneath Otto's robe.
Okay.
I'm
And-
like, don't get any fancy ideas down there.
And I'm still like touching stuff, checking his pockets, feeling his money pouch, like just kind of
You feel
I
little hands all
just
over.
fully suspect that I'm not going to have my full gold by the time. This
Mental
ruse
note, get it all
runs
back.
course. I'm just calculating my loss now.
And he finally reaches the end and he turns around. Okay, there is a house that 2 buildings down to your left as you come out of this hole. We're inside the outer wall right here. That house is where my sister is being kept. I can go no closer to the left from this hole, but you can. Go into the house. It'll probably be empty now. If there's anybody in, it will be a low acolyte on guard. Kill them, read this scroll, break the stone spell of my sister, and bring her right back here. Then I will take you down and tell you everything. And this might be a good time to
Great
get your
price.
your friend as well.
Wait,
but
you
after my sister.
You mean he was turned to stone as well?
Oh, I don't know. No, they don't. No, I don't think so. They don't usually do that.
All
Only
right, so
to my
we're gonna-
sister.
We're gonna blend in and then cut off when we see the house and run to
Yeah,
the
that
house.
sounds good.
All right. And then what's the rest? How the rest of you gonna do this?
I'm going to sneak.
You're gonna hang
alongside of
back?
You.
I'm
just gonna-
taking you up through an alley. There's no one there. The procession is about 2 streets over, deeper into the city, going down the middle.
Okay,
should-
so
we
we
should
can
be
all
okay.
just we can all just
All right.
do it.
So let's do it.
great.
Stay back while I check.
And for some reason, I have this weird feeling that he may not be completely genuine. I have
know.
this weird
Roll,
inkling.
roll an insight check.
Well, do an inside check.
I feel that too.
Oh,
yeah,
you
I
you can do
know.
one as well.
Great.
Okay.
Ooh,
11.
20.
Oh,
Yes. Saves
Yes.
the day.
Not natural, but
Yes.
a 20 nonetheless.
Yeah.
Dagmara, you believe him. I mean, you just see the earnestness and everything that he
7.
says.
That's me.
Tabitha, I'm texting you something.
Ooh.
Okay. The whisper with technology. Okay, so there's a handle on the inside of this stone, and he kind of pulls it and slides this stone, small like doorway, like a hatch almost, aside, just enough to get his head out, and looks, and you see him look up and around. Okay, it's clear. And he opens it the rest of the way, and he scurries out into the alleyway, and is still just constantly looking around. Come.
I follow him right away,
Okay,
sticking to the walls. To be
and you start coming out of the hole, and he's gesturing two buildings now that way.
Okay. And I don't know if other people are passing by Otto to like proceed ahead, but I pop out of the cloak and I take my dagger and I put it to his throat.
What did I? What?
And I just like look shocked. I'm like, Tabby?
What aren't you telling me?
I just panic. There's so
You'd
much.
better go and tell her, man.
I would tell. I swear I would tell you everything. I just want my sister back. I
Tell
promise
me
you.
now. I could kill you so quickly. I'm really a seasoned fighter.
I give you my word that I have not withheld anything that you need to, at this moment. It's all of the bigger plans. I will tell you everything of what they're after and what they're doing, but please just get my sister. I've told you everything for right now.
Why for right now? Why not just give it all?
Because there's no time. This
There
is
is. We've been blabbering on for a long while.
They're all together in the middle of the city. They're never like this. Something is going on.
Well,
Are you setting us up or not?
And her dagger just is now on his skin, just like gently pressing in.
And yeah, you just see it's starting to just
I just go
faintly
like
cut. And a little bit of blood is starting, and he's really starting to panic now because it's really close to the other slash he has on his throat. And
Tabitha, show some mercy. Don't you see he's gone through so much?
Well, he's hiding something.
I can tell he's hiding something. I'm trying to get you the information.
Yes, I haven't told you everything of their plans, but I will. I will tell you everything.
And as long as you've said, I will tell you everything, I will tell you everything, you guys told me everything.
And not only that, but you telling us that they're all meeting in the center and they normally never do that, that gives us just as much motivation to go and see what foul deeds they're up to in there as it does to go and save your sister.
If you get my sister, I won't have to worry about this rune, about anything. I can go with you. I can show you the way through the city. Just save her. It's right there. Please.
Wait, but isn't it when we get your sister, you guys can actually be close together, because if you get too close to her, then she
No, if you read the spell, you will dispel the magic. She won't be a statue and I can do anything.
I grab the spell and I go into the house. I feel so sorry for him. And I just go.
You
I
just start
run and I do it.
marching down the street.
I just run and I go and do it.
Okay.
So I look at Tabitha. What are you sensing? Why'd you do that? Are you sensing something?
I can tell that he's absolutely withholding information from us.
Me too. I nod.
And you know
Listen, friend.
I've had enough.
Yes, friend. I'm sorry, but listen to me. Listen, look at where we are, man. You're setting us up. You're in so much trouble. So you better tell us something. You better give us something, or she's just going to cut your throat.
It's something about your sister, isn't it?
No, nothing about my sister's been stoned for 2 years. It's their plans. I know all of their plans. I will tell you. I will it's right there. Get my sister, please. I will tell you.
Tell us right now.
As you can see, Erisette already went in to get your sister.
Yeah,
So
she's
now
going to
it's
get her.
in development.
Yeah, well, she's
All
going
right.
to get your sister. You tell us what's what.
Can I, at this moment, cast my chill touch spell and just grab him by the throat so he can?
You can.
Because I've had enough and I just
Okay,
want to find Tevin.
Yeah.
Look, all right.
Sorry, I'm getting angry here.
I don't have your character pulled up. Is that a save?
Yeah.
It is.
Chill touch. I can
No,
look it up real quick. I think it's an attack roll.
Chill touch is an attack roll.
Oh, it is.
Oh.
Is it?
I guess I'm gonna have to actually pull the characters up.
It's a
Yeah,
it's a
it
cantrip.
says you make a ranged spell attack roll.
It is range.
Yes.
Okay, so roll.
And so you'll use
D20.
whatever.
Yeah.
You roll a d20.
That's 15.
Yeah. and
Okay,
then
yeah.
you add stuff to it, but that's probably.
Yeah, it's enough. So you just see Dagmara's hand shoot out right past the blade of Tabitha, wrap her fingers around the throat, and you just see ice crystals pour from her hand and start spreading across his neck. And he's
Tell me
Go ahead, roll your
where he
damage
is.
for that.
Okay.
1d8 necrotic damage.
1d8. That's
Yeah.
5.
Yeah. So you just see the crystals are just burning into his skin. Okay, stop.
And I just look at him.
Back here. Who can she do it on her own?
And I just say, give me one piece of useful information.
I've
And
given
then I'll
you
let you
so much already.
All I
can't
want to
do-
know, did you set us up or not?
No.
That's it. It's a simple question.
I already said no to that.
Good.
No.
I'm off. I'm
believe it.
chasing after Erisette. I'm
All right,
going with
who's
Erisette.
anybody staying behind? Because he'll talk.
Yes, I'm gonna stay behind with him to hear what
And
he
I'm going to
says.
stay underneath Otto's robes because I've scurried
Alright.
back in.
Okay.
I'm going with Erisette.
Okay. So as he sits down and starts telling you everything, we cut to Erisette and Peter running down
And they're kissing.
Seville, and they're
Yeah.
they're making out in the.
Finally.
Thank us, we finally got rid of that party. Let's go on the vacation we deserve. Welcome to the city of.
So, as you're darting through the shadows down this this road and heading toward the building in the distance, you take in just enough to realize it's not what you probably would have expected, thinking this is the city of evil. The buildings look like they have a kind of a faded and maybe abused kind of facade, but they were once painted buildings. Some of them still hold some of that original bright coloring and beautiful stone craftwork around the windows and doors and the streets. And it's really like at some point, this was a beautiful city. And you finally come up to the house, and there is a light on inside. You can see through the first floor. And there's a slight, like 4-foot incline of steps that go up to the door.
More stairs.
All right, just doing a quick check to see if anything is guarding, any traps, anything looking on this, keeping eyes on it.
All right, roll an investigation check.
Real quiet like.
And
I, by the way, I turn around and I'm like, oh, where did you come from?
Well, I'm not going to let you go in there alone, Wild Sauce.
That's better than you did when we were at that other house.
Well, you got
Appreciate
yourself
it.
knocked out and I had to drag
So,
you out. So.
Peter, I've been wondering,
11.
what's the recipe for this wild sauce that you talk about so much? Is it like a hot sauce with some
You
other
tell me to put that on a
stuff,
shirt.
or
I totally. I need to make a
Yeah.
I need a
What-
label.
what? It's maybe I'm just really hungry right now, even though it's super late. I don't know,
Oh my god.
but a guy wonders.
It's just it's a sauce you expect to be one way and then
It's
And
not.
then it goes wild.
and then it goes wild.
Boom.
All right.
All right, what'd you get, Seville?
11.
11. So, I mean, you look around, it doesn't look like it's trapped. You don't see any runes. As you're looking around, you do see this kind of shadow pass by the window and duck down. You just see the edge of a robe as it kind of moves away. And the robe, just in that brief second you saw, is not the heavy outer robes, but it looks like a lighter, just like dark gray or black robe.
Okay.
All right.
I
Well,
have my
I'm-
moon dagger and
Yeah,
I just open up
I'm
the
in a
door.
robe. I'm in a robe. Let me go first. I think it's, so I'm going
Okay.
to open the door.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I've got the necklace right here in my hand. One hand on the necklace, one hand on the whip.
Okay. All right. And you come in the door and you see, as you just open up the door, it's a very well furnished room. There's a fireplace on the far side. There are beautiful rugs. There's some seats, and is again totally opposite expectations for kind of the evil lair. There are several bookcases on the far walls, and you just see a person who spins around, and it's a woman who is shocked to see you, but then sees the robe and kind of bows and does this gesture.
I return it.
And I'm hiding behind him and I see that. So I'm just kind of trying to like stay behind his robe.
Okay.
So I'm hidden.
Roll a stealth check for me.
Oh, you're coming right behind me. Lucky I'm 7'8".
Yeah.
That would be a 14.
All right, I'm gonna say right now you're doing a pretty good job, just trying to compact yourself down and stay right behind.
Whisper in his ear. I'm like, don't move too quickly or I'm totally screwed.
And she continues to look at you.
I want to
Yes?
see the statues. Bring me the statues. Bring me to them. I need to inspect them.
Bring the statues to you.
Bring me to the statues. Do I stutter? Bring me to the statues now. I need to
Aesthetic.
right now inspect it.
I
Who are-
knew that
who are you?
accent was going to come into play.
We called it Slavic from the get-go.
Who are you? What's your
Who are
name?
you?
I believe
My name is Dietrich.
Dietrich. We have not met.
No, we have not. I'm following orders. I need
Orders-
to go back to the procession.
Orders from whom?
I'm
Okay.
following
And then
orders
From that boss's
As-
name we learned.
as they're talking,
You're not there.
Judd,
Fukoska.
as they're talking,
Koska.
under cover of his robe,
Uh-huh.
I'm pulling my crossbow. I mean my bow,
Your
my
bow?
short bow,
Okay.
and I'm just getting ready.
Okay.
And then I take aim, and then I just shoot her.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
She's about to be like,
That-
oh, okay.
What
Oh.
if that was his sister?
Not
She was
even
a
gives-
statue,
yeah.
and I
Uh,
got
What
an,
does she look
I
like?
got
What
an
does she look like?
8 plus 8, so that's a 16.
You can, yeah, I mean, you hit. You could roll at advantage too because it's a surprise attack, but that's fine. That's enough.
Oh, yeah.
So
You
then
can't
that's
really
a
see.
19.
You could just see
That's a
like kind of
19.
the delicate jaw to know it's female, but she has her hood up and it's
Is
low.
she dressed like I am?
Yeah, no. I mean, she's got
The
a
robe?
robe on, but it's a different type of robe. And you
Oh,
see
shit.
she's got a silver necklace that goes clasps and hangs down with the symbol on it.
Okay.
But as you are, proclaiming that Koska sent you, you just feel this and hear this arrow just go right by and stick right into her chest. Roll your damage for that.
Gnarly.
And it's like,
Okay.
and that's wild sauce.
Yep.
All right. Well,
We're asking. So
I'm
that'll
charging.
be a 15.
Okay. 15 points
No,
of
no,
damage?
no. Apologies. That'll be a 9. A 9.
9 points. Okay, so it sticks her probably just above the heart, and she's and she doubles over and she starts to and then
cracking this whip.
Seville. All
And
right,
I walk up to her.
hold on,
quickly?
hold on.
Oh, wait,
no,
okay.
hold. You two roll initiative. And
Oh,
let's see.
boy.
Let's see who gets this out.
And meanwhile, we're at story
Shit.
time.
Yes.
It's time for a story at story time.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're
All right.
welcome.
I
And
got
then
a 15.
a rainbow goes.
Uh, okay. What'd you guys get?
I got a 15.
Seville?
9.
9. Well, you did better than she did. Okay. So, Erisette, you get one more attack.
Y'all gonna kill her.
There's a hat.
Okay. I go to
Let's
her
do it.
with my rapier pulled.
Okay.
Okay. I grab her and I say, quiet.
Peter's
Okay.
hat.
And I push her down.
Yes.
For the kill.
And
That's-
yeah, I
that's-
just kill her. I kill her with my I stab
Alright,
her with my dagger.
Roll an
Stab her with
attack.
my dagger.
Yes.
She's
Erisette.
too much.
I'm
She's too much of a threat. She's too much of
Said
a
it,
threat.
enough of this shit.
Not
It's an
me.
18.
Yeah, no
Well,
problem.
that's a
Roll
fucking
damage.
hammer.
Roll your damage.
Oy, oy, oy.
She's too much of a threat. It's a 10.
10 points of damage. So
Wait. Dagger. Hold on. I rolled the wrong one.
no,
I
no, not your
apologize.
dagger, your rapier.
I
It's
said
a-
rapier, didn't I?
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
D8 plus.
yeah. Hold on. Sorry. Give me a move. Okay, let me do that. Let's try to do this again. Yeah, that'll be a 10.
Yeah. So, Seville, you're ready to charge and silence her. As you can see, she's about to scream out. And Erisette is faster. She's past you. Her rapier is out. The soft blue glow from the moon rapier. And she just grabs her, tries to force her down, but at the same time just runs the rapier right through her chest. And you just see the life drain out of this woman and
Oh.
pulls it out. Body falls to the floor.
And I shove her down and I say, sorry, she was a threat. Let's see what's in here and then get back to the others right away.
And I
All
just
right.
kind of look at her and I was like, whatever happened to those diplomatic skills of yours?
This is not the time nor the place. Now get looking. And I
And as
start
you
doing
two-
an investigation check.
As you two start spreading out, go ahead and roll. I'll come back to you. All right.
Okay.
So the rest of you, as you move back, and Azora, do you still have the? Are you still holding the tree, or did you put it back? Oh, I think you're muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
Is it doing anything special right now still?
It was just doing that thing where it was kind of wilting and trying to get closer to your hand. Did you put it away as you're talking to him?
I mean, yeah, I'm like ready to hear this thing, I think.
Okay.
But if it starts doing something different, then I'll pull it out again.
Okay. So he moves into this space with you. He keeps open the hatch So you all are listening. And he starts to tell you, as I get back to my notes, there's a lot. And don't choose a character that talks like this because it's really hard. They have
I know.
about...
I gotta say, this is the character who shared the most information yet ever of any character we've ever met. Also on this entire journey so far.
Not
I'm
enough for me.
Super bummed to be missing out on it right now.
We'll tell you. We'll tell you. Don't worry.
Yeah. So they have so much to tell you. They have about 20 people right now that are still alive that they're experimenting on. All the experimentation are down near the tip of the city in the old Sun building, which is where the procession is heading. I don't know if they're going there, but they're headed that way. What to tell you? Luknor is under a spell. The city nearby. There's a artifact buried in the middle of the city that bewitches all those there to forget about the necromancers in the city.
Oh, buried in the middle of the city. Damn it.
And then at this point, I kind of grab him a little more by the collar, and I've gotten more aggressive out of nowhere. And there's a change in my accent as well, with which I say, "Tell me everything you know."
And
Yeah.
and he looks like he wants to ask questions, but just starts to. He's kind of shaking a little bit. Yes,
Sorry.
the plans. Yes, the plans. So Fornuj, they are trying to bring Fornuj back. If they can bring him back, Fornuj can defeat the Archmage. It's all about this mage.
And where do you fit in this plan?
Me? I don't fit anywhere. An idiot. My sister and I captured looking for riches where we should not. I don't fit anywhere, but I listen and I scout every inch of the city that I can. I will tell you everything.
At this point, I kind of let him go, and I shake it off as if I've just been come over by something, and I just say, "I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Thank you for information."
And he just looks sort of confused, but still scared. As you know, with the departing, not everybody knows, but the gods are gone. Wherever we are, wherever the land is now, we don't have our gods. Fornuj, they want to bring Fornuj to this land so he can reign and he will defeat the mage. The Archmage is what they're after. He betrayed the order. He tricked them.
What's this mage's name?
It's Draven.
Draven.
Yes, good job, Draven.
Great.
He's at Fel Nadris, near the volcano.
Okay, can we spell Felnadris? What is that?
Fel is just Fell, and then Nadris is Nadras.
Okay. Volcano, got
To the north. He tricked them. He promised them great elevation of power. He had them fasten locations throughout Anacroli. There are 5 of them.
Oy, oy, oy.
And I sort of, I can't help but like a hand almost involuntarily runs itself over the top of my spell book journal. And I like kind of mutter under my breath. I'm like, foolish to trust the promises of power that don't prove themselves to you.
Oh, he proved it. He proved it. He is a very powerful, more powerful than this entire order. He could not be defeated by them. So they're bringing Fornuj, promising Fornuj all of this land in exchange for taking down this one mage.
Listen. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I say, is one of those locations in the swamps.
Yes. One in the swamp, one in the middle of Anacroli, one in Carthan, one off in the water, the ocean to the west, and one near Fel Nadras, somewhere in the Fire Plains.
Could it be that at this very moment, they are in that chamber meeting together for the first time, unlike you've ever seen before by your own admission, because they are conducting a ritual to summon Fornuge?
No,
Because
I would know. I know their plans. They're not ready to summon him yet. They can't. The connection. They are trying to build the connection. They need to get to each one of those sites and corrupt them for Fornuge in order to bring him.
Well, then it sounds like they need to be expelled from this one.
Is the location in the swamps close to the city of Mosal?
It's fairly close. It's directly south of it.
How long ago was it established? How long ago was this presence detected there?
These sites are what caused the departing. These sites, through the Archmage, he moved Anacroli.
How long ago?
So
40 years ago, or 30, whatever it was I said in a previous episode.
Well, I was going to say, look, what I'm saying is they have already made it this far to this one. If we stop them here and now, we've severed one connection that they'll have, right?
There's no spot here. They're going to go to each one of these locations.
So
They're going to corrupt it. They don't even know where all the locations are. They're working on it. I know.
The people in this city are the Emruk people, Emruk,
Imruk.
who are working for Fornuge, who is at odds with Draven, who is the Archmage.
And it seems like more or less they're meeting here to develop their plan and strategy, which is to visit all of these sites and desecrate them.
This is their city. If they can bring Fornuge, he will get retribution and stop the mage. The mage is doing something. We don't know what, but he's more powerful than the Order. They are scared of him. They want to stop him. Each one of these sites, if they find it, they'll corrupt it. It will bring Fornuge through. These sites are something to do. Where's that bag? And he grabs, oh no, I guess Erisette has the bag.
But she's gone.
That symbol that she has, the spiral, it's celestial power. The mage tricked the Order. He had these artifacts. They contained souls of celestials, immense power, placed at spread across Anacroli, ripped Anacroli from where we used to be to wherever this is now, this forsaken place where the gods cannot reach us.
I need to know, are the dark powers in the swamp, are they caused by this?
No, they are an evil unto themselves that exist in the swamp.
Okay, so do you know, you've given us a lot of information. First, I'd like to say thank you. Second, I'd like to give you 2 gold pieces. You're welcome.
Whoa.
And you just see him like, okay.
4 gold pieces.
How about you keep your gold pieces and just get me my sister?
We're working on that, but you guys might not want to start over in your life. So here's 4 gold pieces to help you on that effort. Anyways, moving forward, do you know how we're going to destroy this situation here in your city?
How many of them were there? Does it even seem possible we could take them on and take...
Well, we know we have 20 people that they're experimenting on, but do we know how many cloaked men there are?
Cloaked?
How many of...
Cloaked. Look at you. Cloaked.
There are a couple hundred in the city.
Okay.
Yikes.
200. So we're outnumbered by far. Great.
I'd say.
And I just look around and I'm like, where is our set?
Yes, we're going to go
In
back to that in
Seville.
a second.
Oh, maybe we should go check on them. And so maybe by that time we start to go see what's up with them, Judd.
Yeah, I'm just about to. We're sending some info to some various people here. Yes, and so as you are all processing this information, we go back to Seville and Erisset, and you guys have spread out through the house.
Yeah.
You've looked for traps. You found a staircase that went down into a cellar, and there, on kind of a plinth, basically, is the statue of this creature that looks very similar to Geisel.
I knew it.
What?
All right, before we hit the floor, I want to see if there's any runes, any tripwire stuff, arcane tripwires.
Yeah, roll investigation check.
That is not a natural, but 20.
Yeah, no, you look around, you definitely see that there are glyphs around the statue that seem to be connected. They're kind of glowing in the same sort of pattern that you saw on Geisel's forehead.
All right. Erisset, you got that scroll?
Ah, I do. Yes, I'm supposed to read it out loud, aren't I?
Let's
Okay.
dispel this thing and get her and get the hell out of here.
And does anybody know what the scroll says, Judd? Do you want me to make a decision on that?
No, it's an incantation as you look at it that you read, and there's some diagram of how to move your hand. And
Is it in celestial, common, dwarvish, elvish, or gnomish?
it's in common. It's in common. You can read it.
My girl speaks some languages.
Oh yeah.
All right. I hope I can
So
do
you-
this justice, Seville. Ready?
Ready? Do I have a choice? You're going in.
And just roll an Arcana check.
That would be a 9.
Yeah, so it's okay. It's a low DC because you have the scroll. You just basically, I want to make sure you didn't have any kind of critical failures there. But as you're going to read through it, you familiarize the words, and then you practice the hand. You do it all together, and you just see instantly.
Expecto
little-
coronavirus!
And you just see it just starts to like exterior crumble of the stone, and she just collapses on the
And I
floor.
run to catch her. So
And
doesn't
she
hit
looks at
herself.
you, and she starts pulling out.
Shh.
You are free from the carbonite sickness.
I can't see.
I can't.
I start to sing to
Your
her. I
eyesight
start to
will
sing to
return
her
in
forehead.
time.
Is
Sorry.
there anybody
Doing
else?
Star
Are there
Wars
any
here.
other statues?
Jesus,
Jeff?
dorks.
Yeah.
Torque it down a bit, all right? No, I was just kidding.
Because we're not going to do that.
Are there like I had any chance of that
It's a
happening?
D&D stream.
Yeah, we're on a D&D show, so
Yeah.
embrace the dorkiness.
This is like, if there's no better time to
this
be
door
very
goes
dorky.
to 11. Are there any other statues? Or
No,
anybody
no,
other
it's
people?
just the one.
We're with your
Okay,
brother
okay.
Geisel. We're here
Okay,
with Geisel.
You've got Geisel? You've got
We
Geisel?
have him.
Yes.
Take me to him.
I hold her to my arms, and I embrace her because I'm like 6 feet tall almost. And she's
I
like,
swear to
"No."
God, if you start
So-
rubbing her feet, I.
No.
Okay.
No,
All
I
right.
don't know her yet.
All right, so
she's
you
doing
you pick her up. She's extremely light. She doesn't have any gear on her except for some leather armor.
So
You
I
just
hold her.
pick her up. Okay.
And, yeah,
You
and I
guys-
just start to run. I run back out to go find the others.
Okay.
Herta.
Alyssa, I'm sorry, I'm trying to send you a message, but I can't seem to do all this at the same time.
Herta, do you
Well,
know
that's all right.
where any other statues are, any other figures or people like you that have been turned to stone?
Turned to stone. No, I didn't even know what happened. Was-
Then
My brother and I, we
We have him. He's here.
is
Don't
he
worry.
is he
He's
safe?
here.
Is he safe?
He's outside. He's safe.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
And he loves you so much.
All right, and
So, yeah.
just
I want
go
to
ahead,
check this body. I want to check the body of.
roll
of
investigation check. And Erised,
I'm
are you
def-
stopping or are you just going?
I'm just going slowly. I'm waiting for Civil to catch up, but
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
just I'm really moved because something about that poor gnomish creature and his love for his sister really got me.
Okay.
And so I don't know if it's just something about being surrounded by evil and finally seeing something good, but I'm just verklempt.
Oh.
All right, what'd you get, Seville?
7.
7. So you see the necklace that she has.
Taking it.
And she's got underneath her robes, she's got a dagger. It's a completely black blade.
Taking it.
And yeah, that's really all she has on her person right now.
All right.
Taking it.
Taking
Taking the body.
dragging this body out. All right.
Right.
So taking the dagger and
Okay.
and moving out.
And on the way, when we go past that woman I killed,
Okay.
I check her for any more necromances. Necromances?
Oh,
I have it.
no, Seville just did it. You just saw him over the
Oh.
body.
Got it.
just
Got it.
pull-
Oh,
Sorry,
pull the
that's
necklace
you might have
off.
been too
thought-
busy firing arrows at someone, but go ahead.
You thought he was
I thought-
fondling the gnome creature? Yeah, let me just check out what you got here. Hold on.
You don't need this. You don't need
That's
this.
what I
Thanks.
thought he was doing. Was like stripping her down or something.
Yeah, I'm
No.
gonna smack her in the face to make sure she's breathing. You're fine. Let's go.
You're fine. Okay. All right. So you go out and you look, and it still looks clear. You scamper your way down the road, duck back into the hole, and the moment Geisel sees his sister, just tears just erupt out of his face, and he just grabs her from you and holds her tight, and it's like, oh my God, you okay? And he puts out a hand on you. Thank you. Thank you. Just holds her so tight.
And at that moment, I soften a little bit and I go towards him and I say, I'm so glad you found her. And I'm sorry for how roughly I treated you. I don't know what came over me. I suppose I really want to find my friend.
Yes, yes. And he's just touching his sister's hair, just checking on her. I understand. Oh, you did it. Oh, we can leave. We can leave. We can get out of here.
And I
These people saved you.
I kind of say to the others, he saw some couple hundred of them roaming about the city.
Right.
Yes.
This is going to be interesting.
Dagmara, and I take her aside, and I say, Dagmara, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to seem so hopeless about your love for Tevin. It's just in this darkness and sign of hope. I think I've been having trouble.
And I just look at you and I just hug you very tightly.
I really hope you find your love.
What have you done?
I hope you do find him, and I'll help you find him. If there's anything we can do, we'll find him. Okay?
Yes, I will help you. I will help you now. She's free. She's safe, and let's get you a friend now.
Yeah, I just
Yes.
I like put a hand on her shoulder and I say, Tavin's next.
And
Yes.
I flip 10 gold to the sister. I'm like, here, take some money.
And she's like, okay. Like, these are guys. These are interesting friends you found. What happened to your throat? It's okay. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Focus on that part as much.
Yeah, I'm not. Listen, where
Where do we look for the others?
You're safe. So, just past the corrupted tree in the center of town, and to the right, I will show you. Let me, put my sister stay here, and he quickly kind of instructs his sister exactly how to get out of the city before, and takes his weapon, gives her the weapon. You see, he's just taking care of her. She's not coming. I've got to help these people. We've got to help him find one friend, and then we'll go. We'll get out of the city. We'll never come back.
Going anywhere on her own.
She's safer in this passage.
Alone.
Safer than we will be out there. Yes.
Well, at least let's give her a weapon just in case, so she can.
He just did. He just gave his sword to her.
Oh.
And Azora.
Does he have
And
anything?
Azora.
Yeah, he had just a short sword.
Does he have anything now, though?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna give him my short sword.
Okay. Oh,
And Azora, check
Thank
your
you.
tree. See if your tree is doing any better. I want to see something.
You said a corrupted tree?
the tree in the center of town. It was the sun tree, the gold tree, but it is now corrupted and black.
And Azora?
I wonder.
And Azora,
Yeah, I'll pull it out.
is it any healthier? Is it looking any better? I'm wondering if it's somehow
And
nourished by goodness or
Geisel
or
looks
light.
down, and his eyes just. You have a golden tree.
Mhm.
It's
You have one.
No. There was the big tree in the center of town was a gold tree. It is now corrupted. It is black. It drips a tar. And as you hold it up, you can see the just holding it up again, it retracts away from the center from the town, basically. It scoots away as you hold it to his eyes.
Mm.
It
Maybe
senses
wants
it.
to-
It senses
mom's-
the corruption. It senses it.
And is it any healthier looking now that like something good around it happened or anything or no?
No, it looks the same. It looks the same.
Okay.
We have to be careful. And he puts his hand on your tree
Mm.
and kind of puts it slowly away. Protect that. Protect it. I will take you. We have to stop. I will help you. And let's get your friend and then get out of here. You cannot defeat all these people, but you can stop them by getting to those sites. If you can get to those sites first, you with the bag. And he reaches over Ariset to the bag, and he pulls out that gem. This is part of a key. There are other parts. If you put them together, you can free the celestial souls, and you will stop not just Fornouge, but you will stop that mage. And he puts it back in the bag and hands it to you. There's more to tell you, but there's no time. We must go. Come. And he starts to opens up the hatch and he starts to lead out. And that's where we're going to leave it tonight, everyone.
All right.
Okay.
Yes, I love it. Nice.
Nice.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Lots of info. Guys,
So-
and I took some notes. So here.
Yes.
Yes, this
Oh,
was
no.
this was the big info episode that I expected to happen months ago. So, but we're here and it's exciting. You guys have done great.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Fun times.
yeah. So, wow, everyone, thank you so much for staying up late with us on a Monday night and playing a little
Yeah.
D&D. Thank you to all our new followers and subscribers and everybody. We so appreciate the love and the support of our show. And as you know, we're trying to give it back. Make sure you enter the raffle, the sweepstakes. And we just got something else. A new cheer. Oh, thank you for the cheer. Hey, thank you.
Thank you for the cheer.
Twitch flickers. Twitch flickers. Thank you. I actually get to
Oh,
acknowledge in real time somebody. Thank you.
Cheers.
But listen, stay safe out there. We love you all. Keep playing D&D. Reach out to us if you need help. And until then, thanks for letting us make your Mondays a hell of a lot better. And we'll see you next week. All right.
Next time.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.